grandma told me, do not take shit from anybody. This motherfucking bitch. See, my grandma told me, never, never, never take no shit. And especially that shock in the darkness, that shock in the darkness. I might get your man. My grandma told me, never, 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 never take no shit. And that's probably why my grandpa hides from my grandma's why my heart won't quit. My dad taught me how to handle my riff-raff, and mom bought the paint first time. Come on. Where the hell? Bloody hell. Which one is it? Andy? Eustace? No, that's no good. For God's sake. Which map is it? Bloody hell. That's what I got. Maps to nowhere. Shit. What is this place? Where the hell am I? Cook an egg on that. The prophecy is true. They have returned like the sun. That big ball of fire in the sky, the supplier of life. That great lighthouse that shines over Mother Earth's beauty. The cosmos is full beyond measure of elegant truths, of exquisite interrelationships, of the awesome machinery of nature. Keep your face to the sunshine, my child, and you will never see a shadow. And if you listen real carefully, you can hear the sun make music, and it's so sweet. It sets the soul on fire, where you can dance with your dreams. So welcome to the sun.
What's up, B&E fam? Dan Ewing here. And if you're watching this stream, it means that instead of panic buying toilet paper like a fucking idiot, you spent your pennies wisely and pre-ordered Bliss and SO's 7th studio album, The Sun.
Yeah, baby. Yes, sir.
Guys, big show for you. We're playing the tracks, we've got video clips, giveaways, special guests, and the boys will answer some fan questions at the end of the show. Here to chop it up with me is my boy, your boy Bliss. What's good, baby?
What's cracking like it, man? How you doing?
Social distance fist bump?
Absolutely, absolutely.
DJism is also socially distanced in the building, scratching it up for us. And from an undisclosed location around the world. Who knows where he is? The Mac Daddy himself. What's up, SO?
What's going down, fam?
Cracking like it, brother.
You! Congratulations, boys. Congratulations. Hey, before we start, I think we should say to everybody at home, on behalf of everybody here and SO, guys, we hope you're all happy and safe in this weird fucking time.
Absolutely.
But take care of each other, and this too shall pass.
Absolutely.
Bliss, I'm going to start with you.
Yes,
brother.
brother.
I know firsthand how devastated you were.
Yes.
When all this shit started happening and you had to start cancelling and postponing shows. Can you tell me, number one, how devastating that was? What did it feel like? And then two, how important it was to do this listening party for your fans?
Man, this has been a crazy ride through this journey. First of all, I just want to thank everyone who's got the sun already. Thank you guys so much. Me and Esso and Ism appreciate it so much from the bottom of our hearts. We love you guys. So this
we love you fuckers.
We love you fuckers. This is for you. So we're putting this on because obviously, we can't do the normal things we would do during an album, release where we would be doing all types of promo and going around places and whether it's in stores or whatever. So this is our way we can connect with you guys. So this is what this is all about. But yeah, brother, it's been a tough ride, man. Like, we've had multiple, video clips we've had to cancel, COVID restrictions of travel. It's been a nightmare. Obviously, we had the Send It tour, which we had to postpone. That was a huge bummer because we were so G'd up to hit the road again. But it's all good. We've just announced another tour. We've got even more dates this time. We're hitting the road in January, so it's all good, man. And I'm just happy that the album is finally done and out there so that people can hear it.
It's been a shit fight. It's been a shit fight. That's what you could say. Shit fight.
And these guys really care about you at home, so I can tell you that firsthand. Esso, talk to me, brother. So the recording process, obviously that's a bit more cushy, but tell me about these rings of fire you guys keep jumping through to get this thing done.
Well, yeah, man. I mean, when it comes to actually recording and writing for us, we basically do lock ourselves away in a room. So that wasn't.
It's the one thing that works during COVID, isn't it?
That's right. Yeah. But everything else is it was just like 20 hoops of fire. We just had to jump through each time, whether it was obviously the touring that gets postponed, the video clips. I think for Lighthouse, we had 5 different ideas before we ended on that last one, which was the best one. But yeah, man, it's been a struggle, but we're here and we're doing it.
Hey, you boys fucking did it.
We did it. We did it. We're about to play this whole record for everyone too. It's exciting.
And it's been 20 years, fellas. It's like 20, like seriously, like most artists, let's be real, you guys probably can't say it, but I can. Most artists don't last 2. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So what's the secret to the longevity? Tell me.
Man, I think it just comes down to the fact that the love of the music. Like, man, I met Esso, first day of high school. We're coming over from the States. I didn't have any friends. He became my only friend because of the music. We were the only 2 dudes in the whole school that even knew what hip hop was, let alone be a fan of it. And just the music gave us that friendship. And I think that's what's always kept the 3 of us together. It's the love of the music. Yeah. And yeah, it is rare. It's super rare that bands are together or crews are together for this long. So it's special.
So what do you think, man? What's the secret stuff?
We love what we do, man. When we got together, some bands are like, okay, let's look up in the newspaper for a guitarist, then let's look somewhere else for a drummer. And you don't really know the people you're getting involved with. But we were mates from high school, and we've been through it all, brother. And Bliss and Esso will fly forever.
I got one more question for you guys. So 4 years since the last album, right? It's correct.
4 years,
since off the grid.
It's been a second.
Made a great basketball uniform, but that's another story. Tell me the music landscape. Bar the fucking obvious, right? How has the music landscape changed for you guys just in that 4 years?
Man, I mean, music is kind of like fashion in the sense it is always changing, and the different kind of sound is always kind of emerging, different artists and different styles. So that's happening all the time. But also, not just that, it's also the way that the consumer listens to music and digests music and it consumes music. That's radically changing all the time, especially with digital and the way the streaming model works and everything. So it's a constant kind of adjustment to how the game is played, if you will, like with your socials, with the way streaming works, all that stuff. So yeah, it's definitely an evolution, and we have literally started from we were on cassette tapes, me and Macca recording on a boombox. That's where we started. So with the technology, so we've seen the whole spectrum change. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Talk to me about the recording sessions and the videos and all that sort of stuff. What was it like? What was the vibe?
Man, it was great. It was like, some of the cut-in footage is here. This is like the Central Coast where we were here. But basically, we just get like Airbnbs at different beautiful spots on the beach around Australia. And we'd have our producers, Cam Bluff and John Reichardt, they would set up their studios. We'd have about 2 or 3, and also Kasey Chambers, 2 or 3 setups in the house. And me and Esso would just bounce from area to area, writing and working on beats or working on choruses or whatever. And it was just like a creative kind of hub and a mecca. And it was a really cool way to to record an album. The cool thing about hip hop is we're not really recording that much instruments, so we don't need a classic studio per se with a whole bunch of acoustic treatment. As long as we can get the vocal recording done, which we can set up, you can pretty much set up a studio anywhere, which is the beauty of recording hip hop. Yeah,
it's unreal. Before we get into this, Esso, I've got to ask you, brother. The first track, The Prophecy, David Field. Like, I'm sorry, like I was just fanboying over here in my seat. David Field, for everybody at home, is an icon of Australian film and television, international.
Absolutely,
actually.
absolutely.
So
it's Keefy George from Chopper, mate.
Exactly.
We grew up on it.
Just after this, after you listen to The Sun a few hundred times, then go back and watch Chopper. But Esso, can you tell me why David Field? How did he come to be on the album?
Well, dude, not only did we love him in all the Australian films he's done, and one of my favourites that doesn't get brought up is Silent Partner.
Yes,
bloody brilliant.
What was the line, Macker, again?
Don't get me to remember it on the spot.
I made me above his dreams.
Yeah, he was wrapped around the toilet bowl and screaming something like he was in his mother's dreams. But we actually did a performance, I don't know when it was, like 2011 or something like that, and it was at the Film Inc. Awards. And we had never met him before, but the room was very much like Suits and, sitting down. And we came out on the stage like, everyone get your fucking hands in the air. And it shook half of the audience.
They were like, whoa.
And we were like, I don't know if that went down very well. And then we came backstage, and then David Field, he came running in, man, with a suit on. He went, I fucking love that. That room is a room full of stiffs and wankers. And you came in there and said, fuck you, we want it now. I loved it, mate. And, dude, it
That's
was
exactly
hard
what
to even
happened.
talk. We were just blown away.
That's exactly how he's known in the film industry too. He's iconic. I'll tell this story maybe off air, but I did a drama course with him that was amazing. But for another time. Boys, I think we've gibbered enough. I think that we've got to give the fans what they want, yeah?
Absolutely. But can I quickly just add, there is a video on YouTube of us and David Field. You can actually search for it. What would you search for? Like Bliss and Esso Film Inc. Awards, Macca? Something like that.
Bliss and Esso Film Inc. Awards.
Yeah, on YouTube. It'll be on there.
It's on YouTube. It's on YouTube. And you can see David Field with us back in the day. So this is where this all stemmed from. And the craziest thing was, I still literally had the same number in my phone from whatever it was, 15 years ago. And so when this came around and Esso and I were like, hey, we got this idea for a trailer, who would be a great person to cast? We were like, we thought of David, and I was like, damn, I still got his number. I wonder if this works. And I literally called him. He's like, Johnny, how are you, mate?
That's unreal.
Like, Jesus Christ, that
Guys,
is crazy.
all I'm saying is there are T-shirts to give away for the best comments. So maybe if someone finds that, or a few hundred people find that, chuck it in the comment section of this stream. Guys, I think it's time for the prophecy. Ism?
Absolutely, let's do it. Boom, let's get this party started.
Kick it off, you sexy cat.
Oh, yeah.
He just suited this intro so perfectly.
You know my notes for this song? It's a turn-up banger. Is that even the right word? Or
That's pretty good. That's just turn up as hell, yeah. This is like any technical side of like the beat is the cool thing about this is got no hi-hats. It's literally just a kick and a snare.
Yeah.
So it's just raw as fuck. So basically when it kicks in, it's just, it's crazy.
It's such a good, like, because of the 4-year gap. When I heard it, I was just in my car, just fucking jumping around. Like, drive safely, everybody at home. But like, it was amazing.
And not to talk over the whole freaking thing, but like as soon as he stops here and Curse comes in with the beanie in his back, this is the goosebump moment.
Welcome to the sun.
Whole crowd.
Hey, you know who you fucking with? Them boys are loco. We drop that shit, make your neighbors wanna call the popo. And I ain't tripping, I'm dipping in a Lolo. And what I'm spitting, they won't know what hit them like Shinola. Another drug blow rapping about a titty club. Man, they're just some clothes trying to get out and they come sit with us. Who them boys are back? Yeah, banging out your boombox. All my friends are dead, yeah, my gang is full of Tupac. Like a human centipede. Skylar ran, bitch.
Macca, talk to me about these movie references, bro.
Yeah, dude, I slipped some in there that people won't get.
Man, I still don't know half of them. I've got to go do my research. I'm looking them up. When you send the verse through, I'm like, what the hell is this? It's crazy.
Yeah, dude. Jordan Peele had some like horror movies come out. One was called Get Out, and one was called Us.
Welcome to the sun,
and so it's like
round 7. Let's go.
Woo! I've been gone for a second. I come back. Now what is this? The whole scene has been flipped on its head, and now under it something has come amiss. It never used to be gangsta, but now kids are running with guns and 100 clips saying they're killers. But baby, this music in this game we killers, and they don't want none of this. Untamed, y'all motherfuckers are the reason that I spit bullets in the pie hole. Got my brains, then a little kid, then everybody back in Akron, Ohio. Get it, brawn, bitch, I'm strong.
Hey, brains and brawn, baby.
I'm gonna take the basketball reference.
Who got rich and built everything he wished. Flew past them in a rainbow rose. I'm John Lennon in this bitch.
Bye-bye.
Oh, please, I'm an OG, and Neptune is not bothered by these little assholes.
Fuck, we have to tell the Neptune story on tell the world off MAGA. So dope. DJ-ism. Style is so dope.
Let me show you what a sick, let me show you what a sick, let me show you what a sick.
I'm sure some of the people caught you guys on Instagram Live last night. I'm gonna say, isn't the MVP of Instagram Live? I feel like he had the technology down like the most.
Instagram Live?
Yeah, last night.
Yeah, absolutely.
it felt like the championship moment when he came.
That's me.
That was great.
They are back, baby.
That
Now,
was great.
for the next track, Send It, I actually want to phone a friend into the show who he actually used his lockdown time really wisely.
Yes.
Really wisely. Just non-stop hard work. DK, the band's drummer, are you there?
Yeah,
G'day, brother.
buddy.
New dad.
The lads, I'm here.
The best drummer in Australia has landed.
First of all,
all the way from Melbourne.
New addition to the family, mate. Congratulations. That's amazing.
Mate, thank you very much. Yeah, we welcome little Mars Mac into the world. I'll just pull a photo up while we chat.
Yes,
no,
the
do it.
new,
That's what new dads
B&E
do.
Trooper. For anyone, that does not know, this is DK, the legendary best drummer in Australia, who is our drummer and plays with us live and absolutely smashes it. So as you come into the tour, you will be seeing him if you have not already seen him many times.
And this is Mars Mac. Mars Mac is the second best drummer in Bliss and Esso. There he is. He's all rubbed up there.
Can't wait to get into his first show. We're going to get some little earmuffs on him.
You just got every dude on the live stream in trouble with his missus. It's like, why don't you show your babies? I got a question for you, DK, brother. What's it like working with these misfits?
These misfits, that's a classic name for them, mate. It's one of it's the highlight of my drumming career, to be honest, bro. So I was just thinking about this before. It's when you were asking about the longevity of the group, I know the fucking secret, mate. I see it backstage before we go on to stage. It's something no one sees. No one sees this magic little secret sauce, and it's the boys getting together, the three of them, and I'm lucky enough to be there as well. But I watch the energy before they go on, and like Macca and John go back and forth with their lines, like they're 15-year-old kids like doing their first gig. The excitement is there, the excitement is real, and it's fucking sick to watch it. And then we launch out onto the stage, and that's the secret sauce right there, man. That's
pretty
rare,
cool.
bro.
You do, as you're right in saying that. I never think about it that way, DK. You put it, but you literally see something that no one else gets to see. It's pretty, and that just getting ready in that vibe, which we take it back just to that energy and that love of the music.
Don't give us the whole thing, but is it something you guys you would like to share? Is there a certain process you go through? Like Tony Kukoc, basketball player, used to eat a big meal, have an espresso.
Oh, look, we don't really do it as much anymore, but we used to have our straight up vocal warm-ups, and it would be hilarious. Like we would go la la la, me and Macca would just be fucking screaming like.
But is there like a ritual?
Let me tell you how I used to like it.
Yeah.
Was we'd be backstage and there'd be jam-packed full of 50 dudes. Hey, mate, are you going to have a good show tonight, mate? Yeah, chest bump. Yeah. We're going to go out there, mate. We're going to kill it. Yeah. And then just open the door, bang onto the stage and kill it.
Great.
I can't do that.
Nah.
Can't do that no more.
Need a peace and quiet.
I want to be
Zen.
in a rainforest floating, and then there's a door in front of me, and that door opens up onto the stage, and then let the havoc start.
Yes.
But
I think they call that maturity,
before the storm
mate.
is needed.
Maturity. DK won't blow his own big ass trumpet, Big Daddy, for
We'll
a
blow
reason.
it for him, don't worry.
Can you blow it for him?
Big one.
What does he bring to the group, but especially in Send It and his drum through?
Man, so DK, like obviously, traditionally, we've always just been the three-man show with Ism on the decks, two MCs, which is dope, right? It's classic hip hop, right? But when DK joined us on a live show, he brought a whole new dimension to the show because there's a whole completely different energy that he brings, the intonation, the sound of the drums, the things we can do in terms of the back and forths, the patterns that we can spit with him when he can go solo with us and we can do little breakdowns, the stuff that he can do with DJ Ism when they have their little halftime show and they do a back and forth like a little battle. It's fresh. So it just brought a whole nother dimension. And then, you know, with the song Send It, this actually was an amazing way this came, because DK basically does these little drum videos where he does the drum playthrough with different songs. And he wanted to, when we put out Send It, he wanted to do one with Send It. And I'm just going to tell the story real quick, DK, and then I'll let you take over. But basically, like, he managed to, like, pull all these amazing things together to shoot this pretty epic drum playthrough of Send It.
So
right?
actually, don't spoil it too much because we're going to play through. And
Oh, you want it?
Yeah, we'll do it then.
Okay.
Just so people
You want
can
to
see
come back
it.
to it?
And we'll
okay.
see it through.
Okay.
This is my special one because to me this represents what you guys pulled together in when your backs were against the fucking wall.
Yes.
Shout out. So keep in mind, DK pulled this together pretty much the whole time in Melbourne.
This was all DK putting this together. Yes.
Animal.
Yeah.
So let's go to the Send It drum through that DK pulled together almost all by himself in Melbourne. Yeah.
Man, you know what's crazy, bro?
The acting started.
How's my acting?
This is straight out great.
Fucking trapped out here.
I mean, it's true. We were trapped.
Rate my acting, Dan.
Man, Hollywood, here we come.
Yeah, the boy.
Yeah.
Calling in Big Macca. Kingston, Jamaica.
I got a PJ that flies me there.
I'm sorry, this Cadillac was so fresh, man. This is next level.
Macca, people are going to say, so you're in a big screen here. Was that a COVID thing that because you couldn't physically be there, or you just phoned it in sick that day? What was going on?
No, I believe it was a COVID thing.
It was a COVID thing.
Yeah. I couldn't make it down there, but look at me.
Fuck, you look good on that
taller
big
than I
screen,
am,
dog. You're in the
Look
wrong
at
line
the
of work.
my size of my penis must be gigantic. Look at this. Watch out, Dan. It's gonna hit you in the back, mate.
I'm going to ask you about this chorus later, SO, because there's a bit there, I reckon. Look at that. I know for me, it just adds so much having DK.
Oh, it's awesome. And this was, you know, we didn't really have a video clip planned for Send It. So this kind of became a semi-video clip, and it was just a creative way to do it. It brought his element in. It still allowed me and Macca to be in it, and it was fresh, and it worked perfectly because it's a live track. You know, it's a track with live drums.
And you guys actually have a making of this video. I'm not sure if we're going to play it today, but it is. I think it's on your YouTube channel.
That's right, yeah.
I would recommend anyone at home to watch that making of because it's just amazing.
Love
to
this
see.
one shot, pans around, boom.
Because you're flexing.
Hey, we've got to give props to Benny Mack who shot this, and to
Absolutely.
Brad from Diverse AB. So
Looks like something out of,
basically,
Suicide Squad.
none of us had worked, so we decided to get together and create this.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So this is all Brad from Diverse AB, all of his
Absolutely,
gear,
and I got to
Benny
give a
Mack.
big shout out to Travis as well, who came down, Travis Hogan, who came down, helped out with the lights, and is just an absolute gun in his field. We pulled together a lot of amazing, talented people that basically did it from the goodness of their hearts. You know, like this was an amazing thing that DK pulled together.
Has Mack in the back.
Look, a couple of people have noticed my dance moves in the back because I went to fucking town.
Oh my God. That's like you know what that school in Newtown? Is it McDonald College or something? There's some secret. No. Is it Glenda Benton? There's one of these like dance schools, I swear, Macca, like you snuck off and took lessons somewhere. Like,
Hey, you don't want to know the dance schools I've been to. I went to Johnny Young Talent Time.
there you go.
Aw.
Hey, that's it.
That's fucking OG.
You see what I'm saying? I
That's
only went for
legit.
one lesson, got in these little pants, and I went, nah, that ain't me, bruh. That ain't it.
But you got to be
also-
Yo, let's send it.
We did do another one. We've got another little small visual we did for Send It that actually had the comedian Frenchie involved as well. So you can go look that up
That was
on
the
our,
first
like,
one.
I was actually going to ask
socials.
you. I was going to ask you about that. So again, I think that's on the YouTube channel. But you and Frenchie, there's a Cadillac. You're both dressed in pink. Again, was that just like something to do to something special for the fans, or just to keep creative?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, like, I mean, the send it. I mean, I don't know whether we're going to get into that question you were going to ask about the hook, but it kind of relates.
I wanted to come out of it. Talk to me now about this chorus, because
Right.
I know there's something in there.
Yeah, look, man. Like, if we were to go to my Spotify playlist right now, it's chock full of Motown. It's chock full of Motown. So it was late one night, and John Reichardt and Cam Bluff, our producers, they like to have a little bit of wine. Right, so
Snitching.
let the boys have a bit of wine. They got a little loose, and we put the microphone out in the middle of the lounge room. And I had been listening to just too much Motown. I thought that night, I'm pretty sure I thought I was like Anderson .Paak. And we had the microphone in the middle of the room, and the body movement that I had to be in, it was like a cocked back ass. I don't know. I came here to get you. I came here. And I couldn't do that voice without the whole ass hanging out, cocked back balls. So
We just call that the audition process in my line of work, mate, but that's another story. Ism. Before DK gets off to work on baby number 2, we think it could be 10, you never know. I want to ask you guys about your relationship, because as a fan, like especially when you guys are live, you really have a great relationship. Do you guys have to step through all this stuff, or do you guys talk about it?
No, so the irony of this whole thing of when we do our stuff was all spare of the moment, last minute thing. So it looks like we've been practicing for hours and shit, but it's actually a couple of like 20 minutes or something. We get to go at rehearsal. We go, should we do it like this? We'll do it like that. We get to the show. We go, we'll do it like this. We'll do it like that. And then it probably doesn't come out that way, but it ends up better. And I think it's just musically, you bounce off. I mean, drums are the most ideal. I can't do anything without drums scratching. I need drums underneath me. So when you got DK there just drumming away, rhythmically, whatever he does, it's awesome because I could feed off him and he knows exactly where I'm going with stuff. And I think you just feel where you're going. And I think most of the stuff that we do isn't planned. We do plan some stuff, but all the cool shit that we do is all spontaneous. So imagine if we actually had time.
know the size of each other's penises.
Yeah, imagine if we had time to measure. We would
don't have to look.
Hey, look. DK's a daddy for a reason.
That's right.
DK, thank you so much, brother. We're going to let you go, but mate, make sure you slide into our DMs on the stream. You know, we love that stuff.
Mate, absolutely will do. Good to see all of you boys, and congrats on number 7. Kings.
Hell yeah.
Keep it going, boys.
Oh, yeah, brother.
Thank you, brother.
You too, DK.
See you later, lads. Bye.
All right, guys. The next track, OGs, featuring Chillin' It. I was actually directed by a good friend of mine, Nick Kazakis. Shout out to Nick. Bliss, this video actually features your younger selves. I think that's fascinating. So why did you go down that path? And were you guys involved in like the casting process? Did you have to select these young fellows? Were you on set? Were you coaching them with the mannerisms like Macca just showed us?
Well, absolutely. It comes down to COVID once again, throwing a spanner in the works. So
you could have said it was creative and I would have believed it.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, it was a dope idea. We were like, we couldn't travel. So we're like, how are we going to make this happen? When you got directors here, artists all over the place, and everyone's got to come together, but no one can travel. So we came up with the idea, it would be dope, how about if we had our younger selves, play it like our kids, basically, like a little Bliss, a little SO, and a little Chillin' It. It'd be fresh as hell. And yes, we were definitely involved in the casting process because obviously, like, there's some Spitfire rhymes in there, and it's going to be tough for like a young kid to just learn that and spit it. So we were very kind of conscious of making sure we had the right kids. We were part of the director and the producer. They sent us a short list of kids. We went through them. We picked who we thought was going to be the best. Then we had a Zoom call with them. We pumped them up, gave them a little inspirational speech to get ready and rehearse. And I think they killed it, man. They did really well. And it was just a fresh video for us. We'd never done anything like it. So
cool. I agree. So we're going to talk to you mid-clip, but let's get to OGs right now.
Featuring the one and only Chillin' It.
He's working out.
Chill.
That's a beast.
Also a boast.
That's a beast.
So how did Chillin' It come to be on this one, baby? You guys all buddies?
Look, man, I believe that it was actually DJ Ism that touched base with.
Something's gone all weird on me. Sorry.
That's all right, man.
I was just talking about you.
We was asking how chilling it came to be on the track, man.
Oh mate, yeah, linked up with that dude, man. He's the homie, He's just that. We saw him coming from a mile away. And went, yeah.
Well, he's actually an old school fan of us as well. He grew up on like Eye of the Storm. It's one of his favorite songs.
Yeah.
And I think he had already posted something about that ages ago that we saw. Like I don't know what it was, a post on Instagram or whatever. So we realized we were already, on his radar or whatever. And then Ism was friends with him. So it just kind of happened organically. Oh, that's right.
You don't even have to. It was too much overthinking, mate. We knew that when we sat down with him, put a bong on the table,
we actually
chop it up.
And what happened is we went and we had during the one little window where we could play gigs. We went and did a festival up in Northern Territory where they allowed people to be all congregated, and Chillin' happened to be playing on the show with us. And we were like, cool, let's catch up. Let's talk shit. And he ended up jumping up in our set. It was sick. And then we met him the next day, played him a beat. He was like, yep, let's do it. Flew back to Sydney, got straight off the plane and came over to my place, and pretty much, we put down the verses.
To tell you the truth, what really happened was the dude is a massive pothead, right? So the dude, let's not hide behind that. We had a special little magic butter dinner thing where we invited all these people from around the country, a lot of rappers and some people that are in the scene, and we did like this big weed dinner thing, and that's where I first got to link up with him. And then the clip he does with Husky, I don't know what it was, but the bust down, marijuana and bust downs. I organised the house for them to do the clip. That's where we did the big dinner. So they came back the next week, and then everything just kicked off from there.
Mate, everything good comes from weed dinners.
It does, man. It does. Especially because it's legal now.
I think we just got a sneak peek of a guest coming up. I hope everybody at home caught that, but we'll see.
On the low, my son loves this clip, and he thinks that DJ Ism's part is the best. He just wants to fast forward to when he just...
The facial expression. Yeah, these guys did really well. This is not an easy verse.
I've got to ask, why did you suggest the kid?
I'm in the business of winning them chips, and look at him, goes to live in. Oh Lord.
But like, he looks like a nice kid. Why would you put him in a Lakers jersey?
Look,
shout out to
Macca took Jordan before I could take it, so he already had Jordan. I was like, well, fuck it, I'll take Kobe.
It's okay, you should have had a Brooklyn jersey because they're handing it to you.
You know we got Kobe in the hook.
Yeah, I know. So I was like, I'll take Kobe. It's all good.
No, it's all good.
I need that beat like a pack of lions. Yeah.
Young Max is solid.
Yeah, Young Max is definitely solid.
He's like...
He had the
Young Max was fucking hardcore.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
My son watches this bit and he's just like, yes. Get them to play your music, Daddy.
And through Zoom, that's tough. Well done, young fellas.
Yeah, I mean, it would be good to get Chill probably a little younger because he is really younger, but you use your imagination.
Jeez. Yeah, exactly. Come on, Tarek. I mean,
save the day there. Yeah, that's right.
Always say
I saw a comment. I saw a funny comment. Some guy hating on the clip going, "What are you, the OGs of CDJs in clubs and not getting the kids to drink real alcohol?" I was like, "For real?" That was the funniest comment I've ever seen. I was like, "What the fuck?" Wow. Some people are trippers.
Why are they drinking Coca-Cola?
Yeah, like he was like, "Get them to do real drugs." You guys aren't OGs.
Coca-Cola.
So, did I catch a little bit of a Chuck Norris kind of vibe there? I got COVID scared to catch me. Was that what you said?
No, man, that's actually an ode to like an old line from a rapper called Cannabis, who actually had beef with like LL Cool J back in the day. And he had this line where he was like, an MC so ill, I got AIDS scared to catch me.
Yeah, great.
So I was just throwing it back to one
of
my favorite lines.
I love it. I think we might have some making of stuff and the sessions with Chillin' It. I think. Let's see if we got the footage.
Dope.
So this was actually when we went to his studio and we recorded the verses and the hook, but also the live footage for when we played live at his big show in Melbourne. And we got to do the song live for the first time, which was fucking awesome. He brought us out as surprise guests, and it was awesome because no one was expecting it. So it was like a really big surprise to the crowd. It went nuts, It was a vibe. Yeah, it was a vibe.
That's so dope.
Yeah.
He's a fit man. My goodness.
Yeah, no, he's
prerequisite now. My God.
Yeah, he's killing it, man. Big ups to Chill. He's done really well, and it's great to have some local talent on the record.
I think out of all the rhymers as well, man, like he does show off the craft of rhyming.
That's
in his flows. So that's where the immediate kind of connection for us was like
that Jimmy Butler.
This guy can show it off, but he actually does have the skill in the rhyming area on lock. So
is there a term for that? Tell me and the fans who don't know. Is there a term for someone who maybe looks the part but doesn't have the rhymes down? And the skill and the craft, is it like
dickhead?
I think you'd have it in all aspects of life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it. I thought that might have been, I overcomplicated it. Boys, I'm a big believer in synchronicity and energy and all that sort of stuff. There is a fucking trippy connection between your dad's Bliss and SO and a certain type of car. Bliss, can you take us through that connection, in especially in terms of the next track?
So we've been making music for 20 plus years, right? And for the first time ever, I think it was the first session that we were recording for this album. I don't know how it came up, but somehow it came up that when I was growing up in the States, my family, my dad had this Cadillac, right? Big fucking 1976 DeVille, right? Cream colored. It was called the Boat, right? And for some reason I'm talking about it, and Macca goes to me, he's like, "Oh yeah, my dad had a caddy too, a big huge caddy called the Whale. It was blue."
The Boat and the Whale.
The Boat and the Whale, which is weird. I just thought about it the other day, Mac. I think it was like the Boat and the Whale. That's trippy in itself, right? Anyway, right? So we're kind of buzzing out about this. We're like, that's super random. How the fuck do we never even talk about this or know this about each other? Yeah. And then we were like, man, this would make the perfect metaphor for a song, you know what I mean? Imagine we're just two young kids, DJ-ism's in the back, whatever. We got a drop top caddy. We're cruising through the open road. It's beautiful prairie fields. The sun is shining. This is when we've just started making music. It's all for fun, you know what I mean? Like everything's just it's hunky dory dandy. We're just cruising, right? Now slowly we start getting some heat. We start getting some heaters. We start putting out some good songs. We start getting a bit of a fan base. We start doing some shows. It goes from 5 people in the crowd to 10 to 50 to 100. Got a few hundred. Now there's a bit of a party happening, right? Now there's a few people jumping in the car. They're a little crazy. There's a bit of a, there's a vibe. There's some weed coming out. There's some drugs coming out. There's a party, you know what I mean? Next thing you know, things are getting even bigger and bigger. The shows are getting bigger. It's starting to get on the verge of rock star shit, right? And then the fucking rain is coming down, right? It's fucking wild. And right there, we are fucking hitting it. We are fucking doing 10,000 plus people shows. It is all happening. We burst through the gates of hell in this Cadillac, right? And then basically the story shows what happened through hell and then what happens on the other side. And that's basically the story of we thought this was a perfect vehicle, no pun intended, to take the listener through our journey. So that's basically what happened. Mac, I don't know if you want to add anything. You're really good at telling this story, but yeah, it was a great, and we were blessed to have Lee Fields on it as well.
Before Macca says that, I just want everyone at home to comprehend that, right? So two kids meeting in a small school in Sydney's north, right? Let's everyone comprehend that. Talking about how their dad's had a Cadillac. I'm sorry, man. It's like, this is not a fucking Ford Fairlane.
That's right.
Or a Commodore.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Exactly right. Yeah.
Sorry, so go for it.
No. I think you got it covered there. Let the track say the rest.
Yeah, the track tells the rest. Totally. Let's play it.
Let's do it, Ism.
Drop it, Mr. Big Dick.
Back in the day, my daddy was dope. Had an old school caddy. He called it the Boat. Let's go for a float down memory lane. First time I rolled in it, I was never the same. My daddy pulled up, he was slow as a snail. In the sky blue caddy, daddy called the Whale. No roof and the rims are golden.
Nah,
he said, son, keep both
it was like
two kids
before
in the caddies. The time was peachy.
My dad's was a rental.
Rolling slow.
What up, Dad? What up, Mom?
Yeah.
You know, my brother had a Chrysler, huge, like a Cadillac Chrysler, but it was a 4-door because he couldn't take the top off. But it was a massive, big square thing with no seatbelt in the back. Oh, dude, yeah, it's crazy.
Feel the danger. I look around now, the car's filled with strangers, and I'm high as hell. I can't see the ground. The rain's pouring down, and I'm speeding now. There's fire from the tires, and I'm making trails. Then I burst straight through the gates.
You guys are so well known. Such a great insight.
Yeah. So we're in hell right now, right? Hot and heaving, and it's full of demons. So watch the monster take everything the devil's got to offer. Never gonna stop. I want the whole damn cake and the cherry on top. Made this shit. I got a taste for it. Taste for it. Felt out of place. Fine wine, sour grapes. Started rotting away. I forgot my face. Damn it, Toe. Kansas no more. I won't bow.
Esso, talk to
I
me.
want out.
Esso, you're off the grid, brother. There's a track that it really hits deep. Devil on My Shoulder. It kind of feels like it connects into this track, yeah?
Yeah, brother, for sure. There's an essence of like that song going into this, but that's definitely, Devil on My Shoulder is definitely one of the songs.
Move your mic closer, Macca.
The most, deep feedback from fans over all these albums has been Devil on My Shoulder. I'm in contact with I want to say hundreds, but it feels like hundreds of different fans that have all telling me their story of, I've given up this, I'm trying to make it. I go, cool, okay, give me a word in like 30 days, let me know how you're going. And they message me back 30 days later, it's like, yep, still clean, da-da-da. So hopefully that was a way for my problem to get rid of it, put it in a song, and then that song can get rid of it for other people.
All right, good on you, brother. That's why it's 20 years, man, because you guys really make a difference, and just by being open and vulnerable and sharing your stories, it's beautiful.
Cheers, brother.
Got the devil on my tail, but they never catch me. No, they never catch me. No, they never catch me. No, man, I can't wait to do this live, man, right here. This part. Oh, Lord, I'm free. Oh, Lord, I'm free. Farewell to the devil. Cadillac. Lee Fields killed this. If you guys remember, Lee Fields featured on Friend Like You. Yep. Oh, yeah. I was riding in my Cadillac. I looked up in the rearview mirror and I saw that devil's red claw reaching out at me. Let me tell you, he ain't never gonna get me. The only thing he gonna get is dust in his eye and smoke from my tailpipe. You dig? Devil be gone.
Yeah, I don't even want to imagine.
You know
I'm on
that's
stage.
Is it?
Yeah.
Forget about it, dude.
That's the only bit it's not. Yeah. Don't bring that up, bud. No.
Yes.
Lee Fields, man.
What a legend.
What a voice.
Hey, I gotta ask you something. I just want to make sure I get it right. So let the heart be the part that steers you. Always keep the devil in the rear view.
Yes.
How do you interpret that person?
Man, it's like, in life, I feel like at one point or another, everyone's got their own little demons and devils, whether it's vices or whatever, bad habits, whatever. And it's like, it's just finding that strength of the heart, to lead you, and then keep that shit in the rear view. You know what I mean? Just keep that shit behind you, keep moving forward. Even if it does get in front of you, you just fucking work hard to smash through it and again keep it in the back. You know what I mean? So it's just that reminder to get, always reminder to just remember that it's there. You know what I mean?
It's a great message. All right, onto a track that I've got a bit of a personal connection with. Bliss, Good People, hits differently for many, many ways. Do you just want to take everybody home through what that track is about?
Man, that song is basically all about the good people, in our lives that, so we, like I just said, a lot of times we can go through bad times, whether, it's tragedies or, depression or, whatever it may be. And sometimes we need a little helping hand. Sometimes we need people to reach out and be there for us. And this song is kind of an ode and a gesture to them to celebrate good people. Obviously we've been through some trying times in our career. We had a pretty horrific incident that happened on one of our video clip shoots, which I kind of talk about in my verse.
Yep.
And it's crazy, bro, because you have a crazy connection to this as well. You were part of that video.
First of all, sending lots of love to Johan's family if they're watching this. I've never actually talked about this because I didn't feel comfortable at the time with the process, and any media who asked, I didn't feel like they were invested in what had actually occurred or cared.
Yeah.
So I'll talk about it for the first time. Look, I was actually asked by the boys to be on this clip where the tragic incident occurred. I've been an actor for 15 years, a professional actor for 15 years, and that set was as safe as any set I've been on. The process, the safety protocols, it was as good as any set I've been on. And that's everything from film clips all the way up to the Paramount movies I've done. So I think that's important to share that perspective.
Absolutely.
It makes things no less tragic for what happened, but I just think it's important now the process has sort of begun and it's ongoing to share that from a very unique perspective.
Absolutely, and you know, for me, you know, it's obviously it's a terrible incident for everyone involved. I was happy that we could at least address it in the song. Give a shout out to Johan at the end, you know, because you know I didn't know him personally, but I've met all of his friends and I know a lot about him through them, and I wanted to give him that gesture of love. He is a good person. That's why I mentioned him in the song. And also, you know, like I was happy that we could at least do like the dedication concert for his daughter. If anyone's out there and wants to see it, it's online. And we had all of his friends at a venue, you know, celebrating his life rather than you know, concentrating on the negative side of things, which is of course terrible. We were just celebrating what an amazing human he was, and that was at least something positive that we could do. And I'm glad that happened. But basically, this song is about you know, that affected everyone in different ways, and I was personally very affected by it, and it's a celebration of the good people that stood by me and helped me out, and I shout them out, you know, from my family to my cousins, Kasey James, Big P, my sister Claw, my mother and father. And of course of Johan, and I wanted to have that personal connection and shout them out because they have been, you know, instrumental in helping me on my journey, and I love them for that.
We're going to change gears in a second. So just really quickly, in this track, you guys talk about the people that perhaps turn their back on you. Look, we don't want to go into a big hateful rant, but were you surprised, brother, about the people that perhaps turned their back on you or didn't offer the support that maybe you guys felt that you might have been coming your way?
Not really, man. I mean, it was a terrible situation, and I think everyone deals with things differently. You know, when it comes to my verse on the song, it was letting you know that, you know, sometimes you don't have to go through everything by yourself. You know, you shouldn't have to look for, you know, into yourself to find that strength all the time. So if you do have those family members and you do have those good friends around you, you know, put yourself towards them, you know, talk to them, let it out. And yeah, I think this song was, you know, something beautiful, and being able to get, you know, Kasey Chambers involved, who is one of our favorite people as well, just really put the cherry on top.
Kasey was super special. I'm so stoked
Yeah,
that we got her. She was an amazing
We're actually going to get, Esso, we're going to change gears, brother. Thank you so much for sharing that. On a much brighter note, you guys collaborated with one of the most divine souls of the Australian industry. I might get you to introduce her now.
This is one of our favorite people in the world.
Yes.
We've known Kasey for a very, very long time, and it was so fitting to be able to have her on this song. We're absolutely humbled, and we appreciate everything she's done for us. So we've got her here, so make her feel welcome.
Yeah.
Kasey Chambers.
Thanks, guys. Man, what an honor. It's such an honor to be a part of this whole record, but particularly that song, you know, like we've had such a long history in the music industry together and crossed paths a whole lot through the way.
We have, I'm sure people don't even realize, Kasey, and probably a lot of people, that we actually recorded our first demo with your brother, Nash, back in the late 90s on a cassette tape, you know? And it's
How random.
Yeah, up at the Central Coast, which is of course where we met you recently to do the song.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just it's crazy to think how far we actually go back with you.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, you know, that was literally the first time I ever heard hip hop or rap. It you guys coming into that studio, and which actually, when we say studio, it was down in the basement of our house. And Nash produced you, and I'd never heard anything like it. You guys just blew me away. You're just young teenagers. And I was like, man, what is this incredible sound? And I just fell in love with it from then on. It was amazing.
Yeah, awesome.
Thank you. Sorry, brother. Kasey, talk to me.
Okay.
Talk to me about how you came to be on this particular track. Was it sort of by fate, that sort of thing?
Yeah, it was definitely fate or actually more like food maybe.
Yes.
Food is
It was rare
so
that we
the
didn't.
the guys were recording this record not far from my house, and I actually ran into Max down at the skate park. So I was taking my son down to the skate park, and I ran into Max there. I'm like, "What are you doing here?" He said, "Oh, we're making a record just down the road." And I said, "Well, you guys are probably going to be busy working, so I'm going to drop food into you." So I just go home, bake food, drop it at their door, in between takes and all of that. And it just so happened that this song, Good People, was one of the ones they were working on when I dropped food off one day. So it turned into fate that I ended up singing on this track. It's such an honor.
And it couldn't have had a better person suited to it. It was stars aligned moment, really. And the fact that you go so far back with this, Kasey, and that your aura and presence and just vibe is just perfect, and the way your voice hits the track, it's amazing.
Oh, thanks. It's really special to be a part of such a special song as well. I think because of the message behind it, and particularly in this industry where, as we all know, there's just such a superficial side of this industry, and such a so many people just faking friendships and pretending to be something they're not. Mm-hmm. And when push comes to shove, you figure out who your tribe really are in an industry like this. And that song really just speaks to that whole message. You just find your good people. Yep. They're out there. Yep. And once you find them, you just feel that connection with them, and it sticks through anything.
Absolutely.
Well, Kasey, while you're here, I think it'd be remiss of us not to show the video of Good People featuring Kasey Chambers at the home front. So let's see that now.
Music from the home front. This was special.
So why do we waste time worrying about what other people think? Depression ain't a joke, man. We don't let the wounds heal. We just
so cool doing this for the first time.
Oh man.
Feel free to chat through, Kasey. People came to see your beautiful face right out.
Because before that, leading up to this gig, I hadn't done many live gigs because obviously with everything going on around Australia, we didn't have the chance to do many live shows. So when we started this song and I started singing, and then all of the crowd were just, you were in the actual same place as a live audience, it just moved me so much, guys. I appreciate this night so much. It was really special.
This was the first time we did it live, obviously, and first time we'd ever done it with Kasey. And when it hit the chorus, man, I knew we had something so special because of the goosebumps I had. Yeah. This moment right here was like, oh.
When I said in my notes, I didn't just make up divine voice, because there's a real energy. I'm not going to talk through it, but there's a real divinity about her vocal. It's so nice.
Oh, absolutely. And at the end, man, when we get the hands in the air, it's such a vibe. I cannot wait to do this song on our tour.
Me too, me too.
Yeah. This boy, put your hands in the sky. Put your hands in the sky. Man, this venue is magic too. Sydney Mar Music Bowl in Melbourne. Outdoor, what a vibe.
Melbourne does like it.
Wow, it's giving me goosebumps now.
It's so special. I'm totally getting goosebumps. Yeah.
Living my best life. A little shout out to little Duval.
Yeah.
I've got to say, SO's Jersey game is, I'm not judging you, but I'm just saying, the MJ,
Oh, yeah. Well, you see, we used to collect cards, right? And I got David Robinson, and he got Jordan. I mean, and I always thought, fuck, he got the good one.
When I tell the story, I say, look, I went over to Johnny's house and I hustled him, mate. He wanted the David Robinsons, and I got his Jordans.
It's like white man can't jump, getting hustled.
And every moment I get where I can shout out my wife or my child, I do.
Oh, we're going to talk about that, mate. Don't you worry. I love hearing that.
That line right there, That's actually one of my favorite lines from one of my favorite rappers called Evil from Canada.
Repeat the line, mate, just in case the people at home.
It was, when it comes to friends, my dad said,
I've only had 2 or 3. My dad said that's all I really need.
Yeah, that's right. When it comes to friends, I only had 2 or 3. My dad says that's all you really need. And I never forgot that.
Yeah.
I never forgot it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, man.
Speaking of Jersey game, you notice the worthy?
Yeah,
and from the lyrics?
Yeah.
Come on, man. I had to get that jersey sent in from the States last minute, and it was hard to get.
Of course.
Oh. It arrived the day I was flying out, actually. I was so stoked because I wanted to
love to hate on the Lakers. I was so devastated when LeBron was there.
Shout out to Big SQ. Lakers in the house. Come on.
They've taken L's this year, man. Brooklyn's going to get them. Have you got a Brooklyn jersey on the way? Patty Mills, we need jerseys. ASAP.
Yes, Patty, where you at?
Yes.
King Simon will be happy with that. Yeah, this is such a vibe. This part right here. Good people, good people.
It's almost paradoxical hip hop, right? I mean, you just like, who would have thought this collaboration would happen?
That's what I love. It's so outside of the box. It hits. That's all I hear about is like, wow, Kasey. I would have seen that coming. I was like, yeah. Did you like it? And
we didn't want you to see it coming.
Yeah, but then they hear the song and they're like flabbergasted. They're like, this is so.
We just got to figure out what jersey Kasey's wearing for the live performance. Kasey Chambers.
My own outfit. That's it.
You know we've got a Bliss and SO jersey coming
Before
your
you
way.
go, my love, before you go, it would be remiss of us. You're holding that guitar. Could you just give us a little something? We're not going to anything for us. It's just like, I'm sorry if we're running over time, but I've just got to hear it.
Yeah.
Please.
I got them good people, fly people holding me up. My neighborhood people, my people, they give a fuck. When your circle of friends are like family, man, that's it. When life gives you the blues, you got the juice to handle that shit. Good people.
Sha-la-la-la-la-la.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kasey Chambers.
Good people.
Goosebumps. Oh.
Good people.
Damn, I can't wait for live music to come back.
Am I not pretty enough? My heart's too broke. Good people.
Beautiful.
Put your hands in the sky. Good.
Good people.
Put your hands up high. Oh. Ooh.
I wish we had a live audience.
Yes.
Yes.
Bow down, bow down.
Guys, you're my heart. You're beautiful.
Kasey
Love you,
Chambers,
Kasey.
we've got to
Love
love
you,
you.
Kasey.
My good people.
We've got to love you and leave you, my love. But live music, please come back so we can get more
Absolutely.
of that.
I cannot wait to do that on stage with you again, Kasey. It's going to be crazy.
Can't wait.
Yes.
Can't wait.
We'll talk
Thank
to you
you.
soon.
See ya.
Everybody at home, we have giveaways and fan questions on the way, so stay tuned. Bliss, I've seen you on one on a basketball court. This man can hoop. Mid-range Johnny, they call him. That's another story. Is the energy similar on stage in the music game?
To basketball?
Yeah. When you're on one.
Yeah, man.
Because you're running down the court doing the
when you get in that flow state, 100%. You call me Bliss Caruso,
Johnny used to foul people. He used to foul people a lot when he used to play. He used to go for a famous hook, and he was very scared that you would block it, so he would elbow you in the face.
I was Dellavedova up in there.
He's got this for everyone. And this is the insight you guys want. He's got this mid-range jump shot that is a bitch to guard. So his nickname's mid-range Johnny. Esso, for the next track, brother, so for On One, there's this Dizzy Rascal collab, but like I'm just hearing all these rumors of your impersonation skills. Is that how we came to be on the track?
Look, I reposted something like just a freestyle rap that Dizzy had done just in my stories, just to show a bit of love, you know? Like, whatever, just put this up on my stories. And he obviously had seen it. And then he direct messaged me back like 5 minutes later, and he was just like, "Oi, I know who you are. Let's fucking have it." And when he said "have it," he spelt it without the H.
Oh yeah,
Av, right?
Av.
So, yeah, it was "have it."
That's when you know he's serious. That's great.
And
what does he mean?
And I knew what he meant. We knew straight away. We knew straight away what was going on. And we sent him the beat. He loved it. This one actually has like a constant flow of syllable practice in each verse. So Bliss sticks to one syllable rhyme the whole way through his verse. I do the same with mine. And so we had to kind of approach Dizzy with like, look, mate, you can't just rap about what you want. You can, but in the confined lines of you have to rap the same rhyming word the whole way through.
And you know, you threw the gauntlet down, right? You're like, look, the Aussie brothers are going to do it. So, you know, if you want to step up to the plate. Yeah, I love it.
Well, he had heard it. He heard it, and he was just like, oh, okay, I see what you've done there. Okay. So it didn't faze him at all. He was just like, give me a day.
I've got to see this. All right, let's go.
And can I just also say, it also features my homeboy Kings from New Zealand, who is an amazing artist. He's on the hook. Yep, he's on the hook. He came over one day. We wrote the hook, and he blessed us with his vocal. And he's like, if anyone isn't up on Kings, make sure you go check him out because he's like one of the best artists coming out of New Zealand, especially in hip hop. Amazing, and he can do everything, singer-songwriter, the whole thing. So big props. Oh, and by the way, this video is on some Tetris shizzle. Right?
Oh, I was just about to say that. Because you guys have seen lyric videos before, but I'm not sure if you guys have seen one just like this. This is On One's lyric video. Check it out.
Yeah, Bliss and SO, Kings. You know we got Dizzy Rascal in the house.
Hey, yo, it's Rascal.
Yes, sir.
You know I can't forget about my crew down under. You know what's happening?
Yeah.
And we got bars for this.
So what we did here is we actually got the words floating down during the verses to highlight what's going on with the rhyme scheme, right? Yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
Whose idea was this?
It was my idea.
Do you wake up in the middle of the night at 3 a.m. just with ideas?
Sometimes, yeah. Just record a little voice memo.
Do you ever
like ratchety?
Like SO get nude and just put the microphone in the middle of the room and just
Yes, and then it sounds like Anderson .Paak. Yeah. Absolutely. All right, so here they go. They're falling. Front row, that's the first words, right? Then we got run on, right? Fun yo. Jump rope. Right? Love rose. Done yo. Grumble. Shovel.
So for everybody at home, this is live TV. So SO's just jumped out to go to the bathroom.
I'm about to follow suit as soon as my verse is done. Crush, bro. Dump, see, we're still on the same word, right? Now, this is to anyone at home. This might look easy, but it's fucking hard to do. 2-syllable rhyme scheme. There's only a certain amount of words that rhyme, right? And you got to rhyme a long-ass verse using only the one rhyme scheme and make it make sense and make it dope.
I didn't realize this.
Hence the title.
I get it
one,
now.
right? Yeah. Oh, that line is slept on. Labels only see a buck when they look at a kid because I'm a young goat. What's a male goat? A buck. What's a baby goat? A kid. It's a young goat. Yeah, and the labels only see a buck when they look at me because I'm a young goat. Yeah, that's my man.
Was that a 3 a.m. joke?
That was like, oh man. Yeah, I don't know when that was. This was one of the most slept on lines, I reckon. That'll be one of the most slept on lines in the album.
If you need to go potty, you should go.
I'm gonna go do it now.
The next question, live TV folks. The next question's going to Izzo. Izzo. Coach Izzo. Michigan State.
I wanna know what I made of. With a samurai sword, my shit'll split each raindrop. And we make songs to make pain stop.
Macca, I will never sit on the devil's dick because I'm shepherd shit like Raekwon. You're a bad man. You're a bad
dude,
man.
I mentioned Drake's penis right there. You missed it.
I've seen it though. No.
I'm the fix-it man like Ray Don, but enough for rapping.
I'm the fix-it man like Ray Don.
Ray Donovan, great show.
There you go. There you go.
Come on now.
Fix it, man.
That's a great show. Ray Donovan, anybody at home, check it out.
Yeah.
This is so clever, Esso. Bliss just took us through this whole setup.
Yeah.
I'm so glad we're playing the lyric clip just because it makes it's just profoundly
this is how we
complicated.
found out about how deep rhyming can go.
Yeah.
When you first get into it, it's like rhyming cat with hat. You know, one syllable rhyming with one syllable. And then when you start getting a bit tech with it, which I won't lie, it was we were watching VHS videos of Eminem's battles that 8 Mile is based on.
Wow.
Forget about the movie.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
were watching VHSs of him rocking up to events on mushrooms with like a big bottle of,
Whatever. A 40.
malt liquor or whatever.
Yeah.
And he would school cats on the craft in battles. So he was like, okay, I'm going to hit some doubles for you. So he was like, don't say shit. I'm having a bad day, bitch. I'm nothing to play with. I'll throw you away quick like NWA's shit. When Cuban Dre split, I'm buck wild like spaceships. Call your boys because they split. Get a first aid kit. And I was like, the doubles. And then in the battle, he even went on to 4. I'll razor slit you till they have to staple stitch you. Everyone in this place will miss you because you tried to turn my facial tissue into a racial issue. And I was blown away because it takes that much longer to try and make more syllables rhyme with more syllables than it is just with, cat with hat. So the art goes to
100%. Yeah.
How you doing over there, Ism? You all right?
Fucking swag.
We're gonna put him back to work.
Yeah,
Stretch the
mate.
legs out. Daddy's Caddy, Esso. I'm a movie guy. There's a real. Are you a movie junkie? I swear I caught a Back to the Future reference in your verse in Daddy's Caddy.
We don't need roads.
Oh, yes. Yeah, you caught that one?
Yeah.
That is a sweet one. Yeah, I am a huge movie buff, man. Huge movie buff.
But what is the you better get out my dreams and hop in my ride? What was that from?
Well, that's an imaginary situation of me, picking up my missus, but it's based around some pimp stuff, and it's a Billy Ocean song. Get out of my dreams.
Yes, that's right.
Jump into my car. Get in the backseat, baby. And it's like a fantasy. Because I definitely didn't meet my wife picking her up in a Cadillac by saying, "Hey, why don't you jump on in, sweetheart? Gonna take you for a ride." But it's like an abstract, imaginative world I went to that me and my missus can have a laugh at.
It's fantastic, brother. Ism, Daddy's Caddy.
Drop it.
I love this because we're fusing the blues guitar from John Reichardt, Magic, but more with the new school trap sound. So it was a fresh direction for us on this.
Do you guys find when you want to sort of later albums and sort of your year 20 that you do more of that sort of stuff? You're trying to find outside sources. Does that make sense? Or
in terms of samples?
Yeah, in samples and mixing things that are, like I said before, almost paradoxical, like with Kasey.
Yeah, definitely. Well, that's where you kind of come up with, it's a melting pot, right? Hip hop is a sample-based genre, so you can take all these different influences and you can mix them together. This is one of those examples. We're taking a blues guitar, but we're mixing it with more of a trap new school sound with 808s.
Yeah.
So it's that fusion, it's just something fresh. Yeah.
Loose force on these 808s so we can moonwalk on the haters' face. And if the roof's on fire, let it burn the club. And if God's a DJ, tell him turn it up. When the music's playing,
someone got this line today. They were like, "Oh, sick! He was on a cloud like a Super Saiyan. I fucking love Dragon Ball Z." This guy gets it.
Gaming headset, love it.
You're so bright, it's like living in a dream that won't end. Baby, you got style and grace, nobody does it like you.
It's an ode to the ladies, man. You know what I mean? I can imagine the ladies in the crowd during this going, okay.
You know what? Mac called me today, and he was like, "Star-crossed lovers, fucking good." He's loving that Shakespearean shit.
Talk about that later.
Yeah,
we'll get that.
he was loving it, but it's twice in the album.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize it. I forgot we put it in this chorus until you said it.
Star-crossed lovers in the Fair Verona.
Yeah, absolutely. All the vocals here.
I first saw you on the gram. Feeding
Quackers on an island. Do you know what a quacker is?
It's a little creature.
He's a little creature that only inhabits WA. I didn't know about it. Funny little album. Yeah. Very, very funny.
It is a little creature.
Out to my ride. Bonnie and Clyde. And rolling to that old golden music. Stole from Cupid. Baby, we can be anything. We evolve into it. Two souls on a road that is so congruent. They say pimpin' ain't easy. But bad motherfuckers stamped on my curriculum vitae.
So baby, just take a breath. Let's get high to erase the stress.
You really like this band, don't you?
That was perfect timing. To the Lakers, thumper rapper splatter, got you in your natural habitat. You waking every motherfucking one of my neighbors. Woo. 2 lines of the cocoa, go together like I'm John or you Yoko. You a 10, you a dime, you a smoke show. I'm a motherfucking boss, virtuoso. We just redefine the definition of romantic. Goddamn, you a bad bitch. Every time we ride, my brain is blown. That's why I'm Johnny and Jackie like O'Nash. Baby, you got style and grace. Nobody does it like you. She's happy in my caddy when we vibe and ride through. I love this line. I can see the solar system, it glisten in her eyes blue. Woo! Goddamn, baby, I'm looking at the solar system in your eyes. Oh.
This is definitely the latest track live. They're gonna love. Every time I say the word live, bring it back.
Mac on the solo rhyme. It's my one. Here we go.
Yeah, we'll which we're gonna have it? We're gonna have it like this? Nah, mate, we'll
go one each. Fuck.
All right, then.
Yeah.
Split it.
That was MAGA, not me.
Nobody's like you. Nobody's like you.
That's actually a great example. We can't quite come to a agreement on how it's going to sound. We just split it up.
I love it.
Line for line.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, it works. It actually works really well. Yeah. That's Vince. That's Vince doing the ooh. Shout out to Vince Harder from New Zealand. He's doing the background harmonies on that. Killed it.
Live TV, folks. We have just a quick monitor in the studio here that is going to turn off in 49 seconds, just to let the team here know. Live TV, folks. One of my favorite collabs on this album, brother, Boy, just in Lost Without You. It's just how do you describe her vocal and what she brings?
She's got an amazing voice, and not just that, she's got an amazing energy. Right. She's an incredible human, and just so. When the first time I met her, I was like, wow, okay, I'm paying attention. Like you're very unique. She's got a very infectious personality. She's funny as hell, but also she sings incredibly, and she's got very diverse. She's got a whole palette of colors she can choose from.
Yeah.
Like she's like, well, why don't I try like this? Why don't I try like this? And you're like, damn, you're like killing it in all these different styles. Like she can literally do anything. So
Love Boy.
Yeah.
Love Boy.
Yeah.
Like when we're in the studio together, dude, it was not like other sessions where you kind of you're being quiet and you're writing and you kind of present an idea and you say, what do you think of this? Like she was jumping around the room, like off the walls. At one point she was even like freestyle rhyming. Like she was going, Bliss and that's so cup to the face.
There she is.
Okay, maybe not the rhyme bit.
Yep.
Let's get back into the singing.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was awesome to work with her, man. She is a free spirit.
Yeah.
She's so
She does a
cool.
little pop. Yeah. This is us right here working in my studio, and we basically just freestyled a bunch of ideas for Lost With You, and we just sat there and we kind of cut them up, and it was a really cool process actually. Like literally just freestyled a bunch of different melodies with just gibberish words until we found some melodies that we were liking, chopped those up, put those together, and then we found some words for it that worked with the vibe that me and Mac are on in the verses, and it just worked a treat. And then afterwards, John Reichardt put the icing on the cake. He came up with this little piano melody, and we cut from Macca's verse to just the piano, like little fucking star drops, just tinkering over the beat, and then her vocal on top, and it is goosebumps. It is just
diamonds
incredible.
And crystals falling through space.
Yeah, so big shout out to John Reichardt on this one, and Boy for absolutely blessing it.
This is a great little insight for the fans. This is your home setup, right?
This is my home. Yeah, this is my home studio.
Wow.
Yeah, and of course Cam Bluff on the beat. Much love to Cam Bluff, killing it as always. This was a special one. This is actually one of my personal favorite tracks on the record.
I want to ask you, Macca. There's a real post-apocalyptic vibe with your like. I think you were talking about your family. Can you talk through that, or just you painted such a beautiful picture in the track?
Yeah, man. I think I like to delve into the abstract world. I don't like everything to be very kind of 1, 2, 3 plain. Woke up in the morning and went to the, and And with that one, my imagination just kind of let loose, and I imagined this post-apocalyptic kind of world where, the great computer crashes, which I'm imagining is kind of like the internet and social media and everything, and you would kind of have to start over again. And what would that be like? Watching my wife, bathe in the lake, and my son being free enough to run through the fields.
I'm not gonna lie. So this one, Macca wrote this fairly early in the process of the recording process, and it was super dope. And I was like, man, this is. But it left me like, what the fuck am I gonna say on this? Like, I don't want to. I'm not gonna do all post-apocalyptic thing. That's what he's done. That's dope. So this was actually one of the last verses I wrote on it because I was sitting on it for so long I did not know how to attack it. And then finally I came up with the concept which kind of goes into it, and then. After we had Boy on it, it all kind of came together, and I was like, wow, that was just an example of how songs can take some time, but end up all coming together with synergy.
Well, we might go to the track now, yeah?
Yep, absolutely.
Ism, that's all you, baby.
Oh, is
it? Drop it!
I should have given you the warning.
Lost with you.
Give me 2 seconds.
Lost with you. Sorry, Ism, that's actually my fault. It's never the DJ's fault, it's always the host.
I get a real Gwen Stefani feel from Boy as well.
As the golden sun rises and it creeps in my cave, I'm watching over my tribe as they peacefully wake. Baby, when you open your eyes.
Also, when I did this, I didn't have any melodies in my head. So it was all on the fly.
The great computer is
crashed. I love that.
Yeah.
No more choose your own adventure to their beautiful trap.
I remember, Macca, when you first recorded this, Chris, our A&R from our label, was like, man, the melodies you had in this, he was like, it was kind of something new you hadn't done previously. It was like really sick, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I feel it came from that freestyle place.
Yeah.
That kind of like, that part in the back of your brain that, comedians go to come up with jokes on the spot, and magic can be found there.
Well,
here's that vocal, by the way.
Oh, yeah, well, I'm not going to ruin this.
Yeah, as I take you by the hand and we set off on our raft under a pink and purple sky and the water is glass. Listen, girl, it's a miracle we've appeared. 400 trillion to one to get on this blue sphere with you here. Wait, just think about that for a sec. Baby, we are star-crossed, lovers from Verona. Sunrise on the balcony, fucking with my own one.
Well done.
Sitting on the ivory, high up and we're soaring. Electric in your eyes, girl, fire in our auras. Yeah, Mamacita, got a magical energy between our souls that is sacred. And this red pill is a love that we take to awaken, escape out the matrix. And this life is, in our work, we're Michelangelo, spray painted with the dreams in. We are teammates, best friends to the end, and we can never lose this feeling. This is our masterpiece, weaving our tapestries, a bohemian rhapsody, She said, baby, just rap to me. So let's just drift in the bliss of each kiss. Feel it over and over again, just like
this vocal right here.
All right. So good, so good.
Hands up in the crowd.
That's the vibe right there. Live on stage, that's going to be the lick.
I can't wait. Boy, if you're watching, we love you. Cannot wait to do this on stage with you, babe. It's going to be awesome.
We've had a wardrobe change to Beanie Macca. It's getting late.
Yeah, they got a little cold in the crib, yo.
This part though.
Siren?
Oh, this was all Camp Bluff. Camp Bluff put that siren in, man. Fucking siren is money. Luffaluffagus coming through with the goods. Yeah, big shout out to
hey, young fella. There he is.
Hey, Zeffy.
The man himself.
Little man.
Yeah, big shout out.
Say hello.
Big shout out to Cam and John on this track. This was a great example of fusing the kind of acoustic sound with the organic sound of hip hop. And it was like, the beat is just so fresh. They absolutely killed it. So we haven't given enough love, I feel, to them throughout this whole process. They've pretty much all these songs that we've gone through have been either Cam Bluff or John Reichardt, and they've absolutely killed this album. And you know, we shared this creative process basically with them the entire time. They were there with us, you know, a team of 4 or 5 the whole way. So much love to them. They absolutely killed it.
I reckon it's time we stop all these romance references with you, mate. There's been two. There's too
much Shakespeare.
There's two songs in a row.
Star-crossed lovers.
I love it, by the way. Yeah. Big softy. Tell the world I'm coming. In my notes here, I must have recorded these at 3 a.m. I just have in capital letters, big dick energy. Talk to me in your rapid fire section. Like, yeah. That's great, because I'm sure like we watch it, the novices would watch it and go, geez, he makes that look easy. But that can't be easy, surely.
Yeah, well, man, this was an example of just like me and Max just going in on the rhyming. Yeah. And just going, fuck it, you know, we need just a track that we're just spitting bars. And that's what we wanted, you know what I mean? And for me, like, I hadn't really let loose with some rapid fire flows on the record, and I was like, fuck it. The beat tempo is perfect for it. The vibe, the energy, the whole tell the world that I'm coming. I was like, man, this is so dope. And I think it pretty much came from a freestyle. It started off with, and I think like sometimes you get caught in the rhyme scheme. Like you'll come up with a key word, and then you'll build all your rhyme words as your kind of color palette, and you'll see, okay, what can I create with this? And then it all kind of just fell into place for me. Like I wanted to illustrate how it's a new age where the independent artist is now king in a lot of ways. Yeah. It used to be the artist was the puppet, and the label and the powers that be were more the puppeteer, and they had all the power. These days, the tables have turned massively. With the technology, artists have a lot of power because they can put their own music out, they can easily record, they can do video clips, they can be in touch with their fans directly. And it cuts out that middleman. Now, obviously, it's a mixed bag of how different artists, work the game. And of course, labels are still important. But I wanted to illustrate this whole power of the independent artist. So that's what my verse is about. And I wanted to do it in this kind of rapid fire way. And yeah, show him, show that artist how he builds it, how he builds his fan base from ground zero. You know, he goes to every gig. They starts from nothing. He meets the fans. He shakes their hands. He takes the photo. They share it on Insta. They share it. They go check out his music. So now he's competing with other rappers while he's sleeping because he's got this digital format. Yeah. Yeah. So that's the whole vibe.
It's such a great way to tell the story, just to inform the audience of perhaps the process that they might not have been aware of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Totally.
We're going to go to the clip now, and Esso, I've got a question for you. This is Tell the World I'm Coming.
All over your face.
Another big shout out to Cam on this one. He killed this beat. I'm
a lion at the cage. I'm a ride in the rain. Tell the world
LeBron line here.
I'm a lord of the fly. I'm LeBron on a drive.
So there's a bit later on in the clip where there's like 6 of you or something on screen at one time. Is that a pain in the ass? Like, I'm sure people at home don't understand. Like, is that just take after take after take, wardrobe change after wardrobe change to shoot that kind of thing?
It wasn't as hard as it looked. I only had to do it a couple of times, and I believe that Pete, who put it together, cloned them.
Chopped it up.
But yeah, this is one of my favorite film clips, man. It was just back to no over-the-top stuff. Let's just get into a space. Great props.
Yeah.
And straight rapping, dude.
I remember, Maka, when you first saw some of the rushes, and you were behind the director, you were just like, just 2 fucking mates that love rapping. And you said something like that, and that's what it is. It's like we're getting back to the essence, you know?
Yeah, man.
Man, there's a bit of baby oil going on there. Oh, did you bring your own baby oil?
Look at these wings, man. Yeah, it's pretty good lighting. Whole entire empire.
Not a crowd singing like a choir. Hallelujah. Tell the world that I'm coming. Baby, I run it.
Love these fucking plays. Big shout out to Peter John, the director on this. Killed it. Big shout out.
This is a bit of an homage to the old video games, right? There's a bit of Street Fighter stuff coming up that people see.
Globe now coming to a show. Photo, and I appreciate every single one of them, so I'll give them my energy. Shake the hand, and now we're making a memory, so they post it up on Instagram because of that chemistry, right? And then those people go to check my music, so I'm steadily, incrementally growing over time, it's exponentially, and that integrity that I put into everything is exactly how you build a fan base with longevity. And I did it all independently, showed the world Johnny beat Goliath. Now that's a fucking legacy. Bang. Yeah, big shout out to Peter John on this clip. The fucking art direction, the colors, so fresh. it was a great example of just what can you create in a studio environment. We went to a studio that had all these props in it as well. So that props combined with just the simplicity
of it. It's
yeah. Combined with the little effects that he put in afterwards, it came through.
Now, when it comes to my verse here, mate, it's kind of like movies.
Yeah.
I don't want to know where it's gonna go. Oh, he's gonna get with her, and that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I like it like Pulp Fiction. They're walking down the street, all of a sudden they're tied up, they're getting gagged. Someone's coming in with a chainsaw.
Yep.
I don't like you to guess where I'm about to go.
Yeah.
So this was about just hitting you with as much like mental imagery as possible.
It's like network
With a gang
TV. I really struggle with knowing the formula of TV. I mean, if you watch enough movies, it is what it is. But isn't it great to be surprised by something that you watch? Like, fuck, you didn't see that coming.
The other thing about this song is like the verses are long.
Yeah.
Me and Macca were like, fuck it, let's just fucking have long verses and spit, because we wanted to remind people that this is what we do, this is what we came from.
Yeah.
And it will always be there. It's like, it's kind of what attracted us to Chillin' It. It's like he's about spitting, and that's where we come from. So yeah, we might have songs that are more introspective or more melodical or whatever, but this is the raw shit we love.
Who has called their balls hacky sacks? Come on.
That Sonic Boom. Love that.
Frodo Baggins never went back.
I'm in my dojo rapping with my 2 pet samurai Komodo dragons.
That was a change of color. See, this prop, it was there. Perfect. Great prop.
Oh, watch out. Blowing big dog Buddha. Boogeyman ain't shit.
Neptune bags gold. That's the freshest line. Neptune bags gold. Went to tadpole. Oh, very good. World that I'm coming.
The famous red.
By the way, Macca, I've had that many people say the coming all over your face thing. I forgot all about
That's
it.
going to be a t-shirt. You know that, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be a meme.
Yes.
There's a gif in that.
You hear what he just said? We should make a t-shirt out of it. All over your face.
Well,
Yes.
that was actually, the joke was a little longer and it made it a little shitter, but it did make it a little longer. It was coming all over your face book. But it doesn't have the right.
No, I like how it cut. Bliss, talk to me about your verse in this next one, So Happy with Sunreal. There's a really interesting metaphor I think I caught between what I feel is girls and drugs. And correct me if I'm wrong with the line. I tried to catch it, but how can something be so toxic, be so intoxicating?
Yeah, be so fucking intoxicating.
That was like, that was one where I had to pause it and I was like, fuck. That was one of those real sort of heavy, and it just sort of shot me back to things and situations you'd been in.
Yeah, that's right. And so the verse is applicable to both like drugs or a girl, like that might not be the best for you, you know, in both scenarios. And it's like, they're amazing at the time, but you know in the long run they're going to hurt you, and it's about the duplicity. So that's what my verse is all about. It's kind of encapsulating that, and then the chorus is, you know, I feel so happy, but there's something that's not quite right in the situation. Yeah, you know, so that's what the verse was all about for me.
So being a dad, mate, your verse in this really hits different for me. You've never been, let's be real, you've never been a cliche bitches and hoes artist, right? And I don't know. There's just something, man. Like as a dad, you know, when you talk about your son, you just go to a whole nother level. The energy transfers through to the audience. Do you feel it's a whole different thing when you talk about your little boy?
Yeah, man, absolutely. It's the best thing that's ever happened to me. You know, it's
right on cue. Right on cue.
Get over here.
Here he is.
Hey, legend.
It's the best thing to ever happen to me, and it was hard to try and grab such a huge and amazing moment and try and put it into a song, especially when you're confined to 16 bars.
Yeah.
So, you know, the whole thing is way bigger than a song.
Oh, of course.
But it was hard to just try and, you know, centralize it into a small part there. But I feel like I did get most of what I wanted of the story through. The one thing that I probably didn't get in there is this. when you're going through the birth, it feels like you're watching The Exorcist. It's very scary. There's heads twisting around and you don't know what's about to happen. But at the end, it turns into a Disney film. The rainbows come out, the butterflies start fucking, pardon me, and it's beautiful. And
then when the epidural kicks in.
Oh, don't you worry. I had the happy gas on the side there, just leaning over the missus. You're doing all right there. I mean, the tapes that they showed me were like from the 1970s on how to comfort your woman, right? Yep. And it was this guy with this terrible mustache. Oh, look at that. Kind of like me. And I was told to blow on my wife's neck.
Wow.
No, that's what got you there.
Takes your mind off it.
Mate, I don't know whether that works at all. But yeah, the cool thing also is that a fan actually got in touch with me the other day and said that he was in his car with his wife driving to the hospital while she was in labor, listening to that song, screaming the lyrics. And I'm like, that's
unreal,
man. And how many more situations like that may happen in the future? Different fans. That's a crazy thing. It's like, put the song on. We're going.
Yeah, exactly.
What a legend. Can we ask him what his favorite track is, Macca?
They want to know what your favorite song is off this album. OGs? Okay. All right. He likes OGs.
Also, just a quick shout out to Sunreal, who features who features on this the track all the way from Canada. He's a legendary MC an artist from Canada who blessed us with his vocal.
Well, let's get over to the track now. This is the video of So Happy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and a big shout out to PJ as well, who's on the hook and wrote the hook actually. We actually wrote the hook of Moments with us as well. We've done a lot of songs with him, so big shout out to PJ.
Hook is chorus, right?
Hook is chorus,
yeah,
yep, that's right.
This sounds better.
Mm-hmm.
This clip was cool, man, because it was like a lot of our favorite movies rolled into one, like the feel of it.
Mm-hmm.
Jack Nicholson.
Yes, exactly. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yeah, One Flew Over. Yeah.
I've got a La N reference, a famous French hip hop movie from the '95.
Bronson.
Yep.
The Tom Hardy film.
Yep.
Some absolute studs.
This is the famous mirror shot from La N. Big shout out to James Pollard who knows all about that. Big shout out to Big Andy who is playing my double here.
There's a couple of studs we're gonna shout out in this video.
Big shout out to Big Zach who's the psychiatrist in the middle of me right here.
I love how you had the guy that looks like he should be an inmate as a psychiatrist. So that's a real genius.
Oh, it was great. It was great. And Big Ben Newman, Big RJ's in the house.
Yeah. Ben Knight, Taylor, the whole
we got Ren and Vaughn, my cousin's
squad. That is misfits.
There it is, Big Andrew Taylor, Andy, Zach.
The whole basketball team.
Yeah, man, that's right. Yeah. People wouldn't have picked up on that basketball reference before. You're like, it makes good jerseys off the grid. Who are boys in this? We got Boy, RJ, Ben Knight. Nighty's in the house. Yeah.
Nighty fits this character.
Oh, Giza. Well. There's Giza. Ew. Yeah.
The whole team. So let me just expand on that a little bit. How has becoming a dad maybe change your perspective on your art and maybe even the world?
Look, to tell you the truth, I'm going to say words that probably my sons can't hear at this moment in time.
Okay.
And there's things that would, that can stop you from just kind of continuing down a very free and creative path.
Yep.
And that's what I'm going to do, mate.
Copy.
I can't be worried about what my wife's mum might think of this verse or that word. So I just have to stay true to myself, and whatever I feel,
that's right.
I'm going to put it out there, man.
Yeah, but it just seems like there's a whole, like you were talking before, maybe when we're younger, and this just could be like an age thing, we're so sensory, our five senses. It seems like, like I said, I'm a big energy person. It seems like you're in that place too, and especially when you're going through all your imagination and what you put down. It just seems like that shifted since you become a dad. I don't know, just my opinion, but it's interesting.
Yeah, absolutely, brother. Also, another trick that I try and tell young MCs as well, like if they want their verse to have a certain, uniqueness to it and, a happiness kind of vibe.
Okay, Bunny.
Remember just to smile.
Yeah.
when you're rapping. Like, I'll do the verse and I'll go, oh, no, got to do it again. I wasn't smiling. And then just that slight smile, it transcends. Even though it's not much of a huge difference, it transcends through the song, and you can...
Yeah. No, I've heard that in live too. Like, say it with a smile. I've heard that before in other things. It's interesting, huh?
And this
RJ
chorus,
killing
man,
the
it's a
game right
juxta.
Yeah.
Right?
boys.
If this chorus was sung very, very happy, it wouldn't work. He sounds like he's sad, but he's saying that he's happy.
Yeah.
So you have these like contrast worlds happening at once.
Of course.
Because if it was happy, it'd be like, I'm so happy, I wanna. It wouldn't work.
Of course, it's so true of real life, because so much of this shit, so much of what we do, especially on social media these days,
Took
is
about
that
100 takes to get that key catch.
Did it?
Yeah.
You know, so much of what we do on social media is fake, but really, this is, you know, behind closed doors. Great.
That's right.
That's one of my favorites.
Big shout out to the directors, Harrison and the crew. That was really
Kids
well
are
done.
built.
Kids are built, killing the game. Yeah, big shout out to all of our fam and crew that was in that clip. I just named them all.
I actually think we might have some, let's see if the guys have it, some behind the scenes footage of the making of So Happy. We'll see if we've got it. Live TV, folks. Boom.
Here we go. Have we got audio for this? That laugh is hilarious.
Laugh like a psycho.
Yeah. This was great. This was
Can you laugh like a psycho for us, Max? I did, and they
He's a
Bloody hell, yeah, right.
This was like one of the first, only shoots that we did all in one day for the album, I believe. No, actually Tell the World was one day as well. But yeah, it was cool to see this process, because generally we shoot over multiple days.
Yeah.
And these guys were fully pro. It was great.
We had one day to do this.
Yeah,
Oh
this
my
was all done
goodness.
in one location as well.
Wow.
Which really
Bravo.
helps. Really helps. You know, we had this. What was this like? It was like a council hall in Glebe or somewhere. Was it Glebe? Somewhere like that, Balmain.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was great because we were able to get all of our friends, you know, that have been on this journey with us for years. RJ, Giza, K Money, Nighty, Pollard, Boy was in it. You know, Ren and Vaughn. It was it was a family affair, man. It was crazy. I love that hat, by the way. Big shout out to Bradley, my next door neighbor, for giving me that hat for the day. It looked like a crazy lunatic. I was going for the 12 monkey look, Brad Pitt.
Spike Lee, dolly shot.
That's the Spike Lee dolly shot. I was very adamant about getting that in there. I grew up on Spike Lee. Love Spike Lee.
He got game, one of the greats.
Yep. Clockers was my jam.
Jesus, like one day. I'm so impressed. Boy.
Yeah.
I didn't realize. It looks like you've been there for a week.
Yeah, Kids of Bill, they killed it. It was a very, well orchestrated clip, very to the minute. We had to be because it was so much to get done during the day. This is my La N.
How's your stunt double shoulders?
Doing the
Big Andy.
If anyone you should definitely check out the actual movie. It's a French movie. One of the first hip hop movies in 1995. That's actually the shot where we were referencing. It was a fake mirror shot where the camera is literally behind him, and then you're supposed to see the camera, right? Because it's a mirror. Right, man. For years, I was trying to figure out how they did that.
They did it.
Yeah,
genius. We'll leave this rolling, but SO Know Yourself featuring Fergus James, great track. I've got to say, there's a really beautiful testament to your mum, who is sadly no longer with us. Can you just talk a little bit about how she supported you when you were younger and your individuality, especially in your formative years?
Oh, mate, it's 100, 1,000 different stories of how my mum was amazing. She would hire out for $40 for the weekend. She would hire out a VHS, camera and take me and my best friend wherever we wanted to go and try and make movie scenes. She knew what we were doing when I said that we were doing hip hop, but she had only kind of seen that top layer of mainstream, kind of very bitches and hoes and violence. And she was a bit skeptical of, what are you guys doing here? And what are you playing with? But then I was able to play my mum's songs, obviously some of our first songs, and it was like Watchdog, Water Dragons, and Headless Princess. And I think that was the turning point for my mum. And she was just like, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
You guys are the modern day Shakespeare's.
Yeah.
You don't walk around in robes. You've got your hip hop jerseys on and stuff. It's just a different outfit. And I played her Dear Mama by Tupac, which I think every rapper needs to play their mum that, and then they get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was a definite a moment of where I could go back in time and kind of capture the relationship of, my mum and dad there, and then, how that all came about. And hopefully that if anyone else goes through a moment where they lose someone that's close to them, they can listen to this song or that verse and know that it's going to be okay at the end of the day, you know.
It's all about knowing yourself, isn't
that's it. Well, if you believe in energy, it's very simple. And I'm in the same boat as you, so not too long ago. And the way I got through it and explained it to my family is we are all energy, right? And quantum physics backs this shit up. It's like it doesn't matter if you're overly religious or not. We won't go too far down this rabbit hole, but the smallest subatomic particle cannot create which is let's just call it the smallest thing ever, because I wear makeup for a living, cannot create another the subatomic particle. Yeah. It comes from a formless
the Higgs boson
energy source. And that's quantum physics says that, right? We're all energy.
Yes.
They can measure a thought, they can measure consciousness, right? And energy cannot be destroyed. So when someone passes away and their spirit, their energy, their soul leaves their body, as a kid, you're like, what the fuck does that even mean? But I think if these religions just kind of said, actually, no, there's a bit, science backs this up. Energy cannot be destroyed, it can only change form. So if anyone's lost someone out there, that's how I kind of get through it, and it gives me great comfort. So I still talk to my mum all the time. She probably thinks I should shut the fuck up. Speaking of that, mate, your verse in this, did you have a tough time?
Yeah, so the chorus for me, it's all about knowing yourself, you know, and you know, we all encounter different adversities. You know, Max had, you know, the situation with his mother. I had mine was getting bullied at school. You know, and I had a rough time. And it's funny, man. I wanted to write the verse like I was me now, kind of talking to me in high school when I was going through this drama and going, man, you don't even realize, bro, you're gonna laugh about this shit later. It's so insignificant, and I know it seems like a big deal at the time, and it's like the world is ending when you get picked on or whatever it is, or a girl breaks your heart, whatever it is, but it'll all be okay, and it's all about just knowing who you are. And as long as you know who you are, you'll be okay. That's what the chorus is all about. Don't throw your hope down that wishing well. Just know yourself. Yeah. Yeah, so, and I like how you picked up on the L's. You know, these ain't L's, man. Yeah. Be Cool J, because I'm Jonathan, you know, so I'm J, L-O Cool J, a little flip to that, but L's mean losses. So these aren't losses. Yeah. You know, you're going to learn from this. Even Batman didn't know what he'd become when he was still a young Bruce Wayne.
I was thinking about this. It was really weird. My son's 7. He had his athletics carnival the other day, and he said, you know, the kids with their chants at athletics carnivals, and it seems like they're getting meaner, little bastards, but he was saying it, and I had the lyrics sort of rolling around in my head, and I thought it'd be interesting to ask you, if any of the younger fans, or even someone at sort of uni or at work, is perhaps getting a tough time or whatever, could you shoot some advice at the peak?
Exactly what I just said before. It's literally what I would tell myself as a younger person. It's all about knowing who you are and knowing that at the end of the day, this is just the beginning of your life. You know, you've got so far to go. So I know it can be hard sometimes when it all seems like it's too much, and it's like it could be the end of the world, like when someone is picking on you or a girl breaks your heart. I went through that, man. I was devastated when first love, you know what I mean? But just know, one day you will laugh about it. You'll be like, man, it's nothing, because I'm going to grow past this, and I'm going to be okay. And it's all, as long as you know who you are inside and know who you are as a human being, that's all you got to know. And be your best friend. That's the key. You got to be your best friend.
It's funny. I think Steve Jobs, it's a very long quote, but he said you can't connect the dots going forward. You can only connect them looking back.
Love that.
Steve Jobs. It's just it is so fucking true, because the amount of times you think there's always stuff you'd rather go a certain way, but how many times do we just blink and go, you know what? If it had gone down that path, I wouldn't be where I am now.
That's exactly right.
Know?
Yeah.
Sage advice, brother. Thank you. And I'm sure the fans thank you as well. Ism, know yourself, brother.
No, you don't.
By the way, Fergus James is on this chorus. Amazing vocal. This was, shout out to PJ as well. This was another chorus we wrote with PJ. Money on the hooks.
Every single one of the collabs features on this album just brings a whole different, just a completely different energy. It's not just for the sake of, you know,
this is Big King Simon's favorite track.
Yeah?
Yeah. He's listening. Shout out to Big King Simon if you're watching Big King Simon.
He's going to be listening to this after the Lakers lose a few games.
Crazy, baby, that's your ticket. With mom and dad, all I'd feel was pleasure. The memories they left
with me became my
realest treasure.
This was us in Vegas. Well, we lived in Vegas, man. Listen to this sunset.
I was young, and even though we lived in housing commission, love decorated every house that we lived in, and all that love she'd give me would only
shit fucking apartments, mate, but they were covered with walls of just like, you know, places mum wanted to go, or like colourful fish, and she just surround her world with what she loved, and it didn't matter.
It was like the modern day vision board, right? Or the olden day vision board.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
What a cool woman, man. Like, I know,
Dude, she was funky as hell. She was so fucking cool.
But that's rare for back then too, because it's not like, I mean, I know what my mum was like, and you and I are about the same age. She was like, well, what's your real job going to be? You know, like, what's the backup plan? And then the presents start getting better, you know?
There's going to be a moment live right here.
Sorry, Macca, we can't hear you, brother.
Oh, are you kidding me? You guys haven't been able to hear me the whole
Yeah,
time?
no, we
Jesus.
go.
Just now,
There's
just now.
Fergus on the hook right here. This is when we recorded it
Bloody hell, mate.
at Quinn
Only
Studio.
just
Shout
then,
out to
Macca.
Quinn.
Only just. Ooh. That's a dope studio.
Growing up, I always knew I was different. On that yellow bus, it's tough to fit in a world that's ruled by the cool. So run, little lamb,
shout out
to
to
that
old
school
school.
full of wolves. I'm dressed in red.
I'm red, and these wolves, you know?
You want to shout out your old school? Or just, the folks-
Shout out to Glen Ian.
There you go.
Hey. Ostracize you. That's a line. When you're ostracized, you want to hide like the ostrich eyes.
It's like the whole damn world ends.
But really, it doesn't. If I could go back, I would tell my younger self that everything would be alright.
Listen, these ain't L's, be cool, J. Even Batman didn't know what he become when he was just a young Bruce Wayne. So keep paddling, Johnny, you'll surf that blue wave.
Dope.
No, you don't have to play the games.
You don't have to play the games.
You don't, right? You don't.
Lose yourself trying to fit their fucking frames.
Shout out
Now
to
you're going to get people thinking that every time they live.
big shout out to whoever does your
so-
behind the scenes stuff, because it captures so many beautiful moments.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you got the... Play it again if you got it. The Fergus thing.
I always freestyle some lyrics to like change the words up a bit. You have to be the first one to make fun of your own song.
This is going to be one of those moments, Macca, live, I can't wait for. Right here, coming up here. It's going to be one of those lighters in the fucking air, man. Right here. Know yourself. Little inside scoop on this one. DJ Ism's cutting my own vocal. Cheeky. Doesn't sound like it. Life. Know yourself. Know yourself.
You gotta blow yourself. See? You gotta come in there and make fun of the lyrics.
I don't even know what you said. All I
You
was-
gotta be there.
What'd you say?
Yeah, blow yourself. You've got to come in. DJ Ism used to do it. We'd finish the song, and then right after he's heard it, he would change the lyrics to poo or shit,
Yeah.
something to make me laugh.
Yeah, but what was this particular one you said?
Blow yourself.
Oh, right.
Come on, guys.
No.
Great ending. By yourself.
Boys, we're nearly there.
We're all.
Oh my
we
gosh.
got the Lighthouse.
Lighthouse.
Damn.
Now this track is a monster. Ironically, it was actually the first one released, right? But it's
That's
gonna
right,
be,
yeah.
Still going to be at the end of the album. Lots to unpack here. Obviously featuring Jake Isaac.
Yep.
Or is it Isaac? Am I
Legend.
pronouncing it right?
I think it's Isaac. Yeah, Jake Isaac.
Before we start the official clip, you guys actually did a live performance atop a Centerpoint Tower. Does that, like, for me, does that affect performance? Like, do you have to acclimatize to that sort of thing?
Fuck, mate.
There's like,
It was horrific.
It didn't
got to
affect
project the
me at all.
sound.
It affected, yeah.
but like,
Mate.
it's like you're playing in Denver or something for basketball.
You
right?
pull it together, but in between takes, man, yeah.
Wait a minute, is anyone afraid of heights?
Yeah, I was shitting myself because I was in the corner. I was like, the whole time, like, I couldn't.
You look
Go on,
like,
wonder.
I thought maybe you were just trying to be a cool mofo. or
No.
something, but you
No,
look-
I was cold or scared. Yeah, no, I'll
There's a
admit
good
it.
man, he can
I'm not
admit anything.
afraid to not admit that. I was
There you
shitting
go.
myself, dude. The older you get.
Dude, I used to be quite wild. I was a carny. I used to go on the wild roller coasters. Give me the adrenaline. As soon as I got to the top, fucking forget about it. I was grabbing that rail like it was.
Yeah.
I couldn't look down. I said, when they take us out to the stage, it better not be a see-through floor. See-through floor.
Oh, yeah.
And then Tarek's in the corner. I'm not saying anything to him. He's not saying anything to me.
Yeah.
I'm going, what's going on, mate? Like, we're shitting
You're
ourselves.
only seeing the shots where the boys look confident. By the way, big shout out to Tom McDonald directing this, and big shout out to the one and only Michael Kadinsky who put this all together for us. Much love and rest in peace, Michael. We love you.
What a moment of your career. I mean, who can say that?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, if they
Yeah,
said to you, "We're going to do Harbour Bridge next," would you tell them to fuck off? Or?
No, I told God, like, look, I'll do it.
Yeah,
As long as, I'm safe and shit. But yeah, no, I pretended to be like I was acting cool. It was pretty pretty, fucked up.
He's like, never again. I'm leaving. I want to pivot over to the official clip. I've got to say, just as a cinema lover, this is my absolute favorite. Every frame looks like a movie. I'm not just saying that because we're boys. Every frame. And so, like, I've had to do some crazy stunts, and even like when you have to do certain films, the insurance company wants to like put you through like a test. So you might have to swim fully clothed or whatever. You are underwater in a fucking hoodie, and you don't weigh a lot. Like that thing would have weighed more than you. Surely that had to suck.
Yep.
Right.
You want to know something too, mate? It was my idea. So we're sitting there. Oh, what do you want to do, Max? Oh, man, you want one of those backward shots, you know what I mean? Slow motion. I'm falling, boof, and then I actually fall to the bottom of the pool. Then I want to be elevating above an ocean with lightning coming down and you know, the director Pete's going, no worries, mate. No worries. Like, and he's thinking of the most craziest.
He's agreeing with everything I say.
That's great.
Yeah, it was hectic, dude. The bit where I fall into the pool, like I didn't even end up doing it.
Because I've seen that in movies before, right? But it's always someone in like a bathing suit or like scantily clad. He's in the fucking thing in a hoodie.
Mate, and it was the middle of a freaking thunderstorm. Like, big shout out to Giza who came through with his crane. We pulled some resources through for this one. It was great. Great.
I think we've talked about it enough. Let's get to the clip right now. This is Lighthouse.
Another big shout out to Peter who killed this. Absolutely killed it.
This is such a great clip.
I can't remember the guy's name of the car as well, but he's a psycho.
Yeah. We gotta use another car of his, man. It's sick. This is literally one of my favorite clips, if not my favorite clip we've ever done. Yeah.
It just for some.
Yeah, it's got the vibe of this is just nuts.
Boom.
Ah, look at that.
We killed Esso. He's dead.
I've been trying.
Yeah.
Again, another clip. We had to deal with COVID. Obviously, you know, Jake Isaac is in the UK.
Of course, right.
We had to organize to, you know, get him a crew, get him a camera guy, get him to shoot, get a location he could shoot in. It was locked down everywhere.
So that rain is real. There's not some rain rig that you guys sprung for or the label sprung for.
Nah, mate. That's a gigantic fire hose.
Great. That's a rain rig.
Man, I mean, even this whole thing, like, the green screen and Pete did. This is like next level skills on Pete's editing tip.
Yeah, it was totally worth it, man. The harness that they had me in though was built for a very big man. So when it went up me, mate, like it went up me.
Oh yeah.
It was my butthole was up near me throat.
Don't get me started on a harness, man. I was on that bike. I came out with scars on me, man. Scars on my legs. Like, it's hectic.
Bleed for the arts. Bleed for the arts.
I was about to say. That's all for the art.
Oh man, that whole bicycle thing, I had Tyler fucking on the floor in the mud. Fucking Jesus Christ. We're gonna play the making of after this. We'll show you guys,
Esso, talk to me like having evil Esso in the front with you. What's behind that? Because you look over and they're unmasked. Is that like we've all got that dark side sort of thing?
I believe so. That was actually one of Pete's ideas. He was just like, how are we going to make this work out here? And I was just like, well, you get a scary version of me, mate. Or what's he going to be doing? He's going to be grabbing your heart, mate. You've got to be acting like...
I love it. It's a great idea. It worked.
Can I just say, this next part of me coming up only happened at the very last minute. Macca had all these amazing shots, and my verse was a little lackluster, and we put together this shot literally in the last hours of the shoot. It was amazing. We found this tunnel. I'm
going to say, like, this is probably the rawest emotion that I've seen from you in your work. And I'm sure people at home, but I don't want to talk over it. It's just amazing.
I'm all types of fucked up. It's freezing cold and dead quiet. Tears running down my face as I pedal this 10-speed. Man, my girl just left me. Got home and the whole damn wardrobe was empty. She was my bestie. I was in the studio. The irony of a cruel world. Because as she was packing, I was rapping.
Yeah, like, for me... like, even though this was a horrific time to go through, when I was going through it, I had the thought of I'm gonna write a verse about this at the time of riding the bike. I was thinking that, and that kind of, in a way, made it okay. It was like I'm gonna create, even though this is I'm feeling like absolute shit here. I'm gonna turn this into something.
Well, it's a way to sort of you put a circle around it, you acknowledge the situation, and you put.
That's right. So for me, it was therapy. By the way, this. Yeah.
Is that hot?
Yeah. It's crazy, man.
rails cause I'm heartbroken. Then I plunge into a sea of sadness with a cannonball around my neck and now I'm drowning in this ocean. God, extra calling me like, what the hell you MIA for weeks and missed a whole another studio session. Oh Lord, somebody pull me out the sea, but ain't nobody gonna save me but me.
Yeah, Jake just killed this chorus as well.
Cam Bluff on the production as well. Another cinematic beat.
Yep. And shout out to Setmo as well. We did this track live for the first time in Darwin at the festival. Man, it was, I actually didn't expect it to go as well as it did, and it just blew me away. It was such a vibe.
That was a great job.
It's electric. Like, I'm getting goosebumps right now.
Oh.
Yeah, I was glad it was, I was happy we put this as the last track. I feel like it sums up the record really nicely.
Yeah. And you're talking about a huge chunk of your life,
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, have you guys seen that thing in, was it Face Off, where Nicolas Cage is clapping? He goes, brah, fucking, Vo, and he's smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
That's how I feel like, boys. Congratulations, fuck.
Hell yeah.
I think we might have some behind the scenes.
Yeah, we've got
footage
some behind the scenes
of
footage
this clip just while we're talking a bit more.
It's worth talking about this one.
Gents, how does that feel? I know it's you guys have heard it enough, but in this forum, how do you feel now sharing this with the great fans?
Man, I'm actually blown away because we're watching the screens as we're putting this together, and I'm like, man, this is so dope for like even myself and the fans, because we're basically encapsulating the last 12 months.
Just watching you ET yourself.
Bro, this harness gave me, it was fucked up. There's T-Money, shout out to Big T-Money. Fuck, man, I came out with scars on me from this. This was a ghetto rig.
I can't believe it. It looks so expensive. I'm telling you guys, like this looks.
Yep, there's
like
the hose. Yep, very, very expensive special effects there. Yeah, no, Pete kills it. He's just got his red in his backpack, goes around the world and just makes mad shit. That's his vibe.
With great narrative and great storytelling, you don't need a giant budget. Like I say it time and time again.
This guy,
Absolutely.
Like he's just a gun at what
It'd be nice
he
to
does.
have that budget though, Macca. You know what I'm saying?
There's Giza in his crane with Macca.
Was that what he got dropped into? That pond kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, we made that filthy pond look like the Atlantic.
Yeah. Oh man,
right up my ass.
And then they painted out now this feels like home.
Yeah.
Been in some of the, wow.
And you got to imagine while I'm knee deep in mud and they've sprayed me with this hose and the harness is like a metal G-string up my bum. When I came around the corner and I looked at what Pete was looking at, and he showed me just that visual of me hanging there. I went, sweet, you got it, mate.
Oh, and this was Jurassic Park. Does anyone get like T-Rex, Jurassic Park vibes? It's just the wanker actor.
Look at that.
But it looks like the T-Rex scene.
And this is the other thing. Back to the COVID thing. Pete wasn't even on set at either of the sets. He was remotely directing. So we had a live link back to the sunny coast where he was live directing from his studio, and we were all on set wherever we were. So it's amazing how this happened. Same with Jake. We had to pull this together. So, yeah, back to what I was saying before. This whole thing we're doing is crazy for me because it's basically like the last 12 months of our lives, all encapsulated into all these things. It's like, fuck, we've done a lot of shit.
It's been 4 years since the last album too. So what a journey. Boys, I think the fans that have stayed with us and stayed with you guys for this 20 years, my God, they deserve to have some of their questions answered. Are you guys good for that?
Best.
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
You guys are the best ever.
Jess Pollock from Mardi, New South Wales. What is your all-time favorite song to perform? Bliss, you want to go first?
It changes. It changes for me because, they're all my babies in a way.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And different times, different moods, and also different crowds, man. Sometimes you get different energies, but I'll give you a couple of my always, standout favorites. I Am Somebody.
Yep.
Always, I love it. I'm gonna put Lighthouse in there because it blew me away that when we first did it. We've only done it twice, and man, I get this electricity run
We've done it
through
twice
me.
live.
We've only done it twice ever.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's just those 2 times. I know it's going to be so special moving forward, but it's a hard one. I can't wait to perform "Tell the World That I'm Coming" from the new album. But yeah, it's a hard one. What about you, Macca?
Mine is addicted every time. Doesn't matter where we are. We start addicted, and they have got hard rock stiffies. It doesn't matter where we are. With that song has always been right at the end of our set for a very special reason. It goes off, mate. Especially if I start the song off right. Sometimes I don't say anything at that beginning bit.
Let the crowd say it.
If Tarek starts me off with that, all right, this one is for anyone that's been through any shit in their lives. Put your little fingers in the air. And I'm like, there we go. You got the stiffy going. Rightio. Yeah, that's right. Double fists and cuffs for these guys. And yeah, the energy is then tenfold. But even without the intro, it's a smasher.
Ism, I won't harass you with every single question, but I think this is a good one for you. What's your favourite song to perform?
Oh, mate.
Frog in
They've
the Sock.
all got an emotion to them. So it's so hard to be like, oh, that's it, because everyone and the crowd, but you can't beat Addicted and...
Sea is Rising, though. You know, peace, love, unity.
Can't beat Addicted. Yeah, Sea is Rising. Sea is Rising definitely is up there. Yeah, bloody oath.
Comes out.
Bloody oath. That's a really, really good question. They're all...
It'll come to you later. 3 a.m.
Yeah,
You'll
I'm
wake up.
sorry. I don't have an exact one right now. But yeah.
It's true, though. It is really hard with you guys because you guys tell such great narrative and great stories and put so much into your performance. Like, there's no sort of, like, pop element just for the sake of it. There's a little bit of turn up, just a big dick energy every now and then.
Yeah, big dick energy. We like it.
Rachel from North Haven, what inspires you each day? We might go to you first, Esso.
You knew you'd do that. You give me the big, broad one. Inspires me. Everything. Everything.
Yeah, exactly.
There's something that a lady told me once, which is take everything home.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
It doesn't mean go out there and start robbing motherfuckers.
It
just means to mentally take things home to a place that you like. So, for instance, I may have not been liking school at one point. And I was like, I don't want to go to school, you know, I don't want to. And she's like, well, say, for instance, you're in geography class. What are you learning about? Oh, volcanoes and twisters. And she's like, well, isn't that cool stuff to put in your rhyme? I'm like, yeah. Tornado's pretty cool. Yeah. And she was trying to tell me, you know, like
it's all around
you. Don't have to hate, you know, where you go. You can take great things from any situation. And that's a huge question, man. We could I could be watching a movie with Bliss, and you know, we might get an idea for something.
The best drama training, school training I ever had, because we do all the techniques and bullshit. The best thing they ever teach you to do, and I don't recommend this at home, is it's not stalking, but following people and just see, like, and being present with people and getting mannerisms and asking questions and being present in their stories. Everyone has such an amazing story to tell. You might think your story is boring, but it's really not. Do you want to answer the?
Look, I'm totally with that on this one. Yeah. It's everything.
All right, Shane Hart from Cranbourne in Victoria. How did you come up with the phrase "rolling down hills on wheelie bins"? I'll let whoever wants to jump in.
That's Macca. That's from...
How did we come up with the phrase, mate? When you see it being done in front of your eyes, you only then put it into the rhyme.
Is that Family Affair? What song is that?
No, it's a solo ad.
No, that's...
in a solo ad.
No, he's talking about solo ad. What are you talking about?
No, isn't he talking about riding the wheelie bins?
Mount Macedon.
A solo ad.
Oh, I don't know the old solo ad, brothers. You got to hook me up.
Yeah, it was on a solo ad.
No,
yeah, but no, he rhymed it.
The Down by the River.
Yeah,
the Down by the River film
right.
clip.
Yeah.
We actually got on the wheelie bins, me and Taza. You remember that bit?
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, that's right.
I've seen a buddy of mine, he played cricket and he did both these hammies at the same time. He's so big bloke. They actually put him on a wheelie bin and stretched him off. You can imagine a bloke 6'3", real solid, and he kind of just slumped over it, and they used the wheelie bin to get him off the pitch.
Perfect.
Just don't play cricket, it's shit house. It's not. Shout out to the cricket players out there. We play basketball.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Jackie from Red Bank Plains in Queensland. We kind of answered this already, but we might go again. What would you tell your younger selves with what you know now? Does anyone want to jump in with that? I think you kind of answered it pretty well.
Yeah. Nothing. Like, just not, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't want to ruin anything. Like, everything is led to this, and I wouldn't say anything to ruin that. That's just my personal thing.
You're in the right place.
But
you might say that shirt, like, just nix that a bit.
Unless there was a lottery ticket number or something that I want to come back to my old self and say, yeah, that's the numbers. But that's about it. But yeah.
Esso, you got anything for that? Your younger self?
My head is in the middle of Back to the Future stealing that.
I was about to
magazine
say,
make bets.
fucking Biff. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
What was the question?
That's exactly where I went. I was like, the almanac.
This could be my favorite question so far. Shout out to Canada, Ontario, Canada. Ryan from Bradford. Who's the biggest G in your lives? Who's the biggest G in your life?
Oh, man, my parents, they're straight up G's.
Oh, what a good answer.
They're straight up G's.
What a good answer. Essa, who's the biggest G?
My son is my G.
Yeah.
All day. He says it. Am I your G? I said, yeah, you're my G.
Jamie Kittle from Huntfield Heights, South Australia. Question to Esso. What's the best NBA card in your collection? Ooh. And are you going to eBay that shit is my little follow-up to that? Big money.
You want to see it?
Go and get it.
Yeah, go and get it. While he goes and gets it, I'm gonna. Yeah, so mine is. Mine is.
There's big money in this shit.
Oh, look, he's pumped, mate.
So, okay, basketball cards are a thing. I got a buddy of mine who's an actor who shall remain nameless.
Hey, do we have any cards?
He's got
Hey, do we have any cards here?
Oh,
look at that.
Yeah.
Can you see that? No, you can't.
Oh, but you guys have your own cards, right?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, Dean, do we have any?
That's hectic.
They're gonna be a collector's item. They're getting limited.
Yeah,
I want
on
to
Jordan scoring king.
Hectic card, bro.
That is sick. And mine is I got the Michael Jordan one and only baseball card from Upper Deck when he went and played for the White Sox. That's my one. That's sick. And anyone out there, we have got our own B&E cards, man. And you know what? We actually doing it. Yeah, we've been doing it. We released our first cards. We've got like a series of like 3 different ones in like proper like screw cases. And we released them 10 years ago, Macca? Crazy. Like we were way ahead of this whole rebirth. Way ahead.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I got a buddy. I'll remain nameless. I don't want anyone trying to rob him while he's in LA. But he goes to his mum's house in Cronulla, and he's like, "Dude, do you think these would be worth something?" I'm like, bro, I don't care how many movies you fucking make. Like, just give it a little research on how much those basketball cards are worth in your garage. Like, especially in the US market. They're so rare here.
Yeah.
People don't know. They're
right.
basketball cards. Get into it. Sean Fuller from Wagga Wagga, great part of the world. Bet you shot a movie there. Good stuff.
Nice.
What's your favorite memory you have from when you first came together to create Bliss and Esso until now? Do you want to go first, Esso? Favorite memory?
Favorite memory? Oh, bloody hell.
Oh, just a memory. There's so many.
There are so many. Look, one of the, when we first started, it was, Bliss getting in his little milk dud car and traveling hundreds and hundreds of Ks to get somewhere, or we're, on a train, on a bus, going to sleep at, on someone's floor to go and do a gig. So I think one of the first times we ever got on like a plane to go somewhere.
Yeah, row 28.
Like, dude, we're in row 28.
Yeah,
that's our number.
That was weird.
And hip hop did this.
Yes.
Yeah.
This was all built off our ideas.
Yeah.
Shout out to Andrew Montel.
That was cool.
We were going for the Out for Fame battle. Andrew Montel put us on the plane first time ever. And I was like, it was like just enough money to buy the plane ticket, and then we were sleeping on someone's floor. It was like, but we were like, this is the most gangster shit ever.
Yeah, we made that shit out of music, baby.
Yeah.
We've got a question here. If you two didn't go into music, what would you be doing? And just a little side note, this is from Damon Wells, so hopefully I'm pronouncing the name right. I haven't got where you're from, Damon, but what would you two be doing if you weren't into music? And I actually love this question, so I'm going to throw him a T-shirt because I think this is a fantastic insight into a fan. So this one's a bit sweaty, but we might get you a clean one.
Yeah, we got a clean one right here, baby. Look at this. Yeah, well, look out. Here we go.
There you go.
Here we go.
Boom, fresh one.
Booyah, baby. Booyah.
Might take that one too. Sorry, Damon. Talk to me. What do you reckon?
Look, okay, it's very hard for me to picture anything else, but it used to be when I was growing up, like, I was obviously into music, but I went to university and I did film and sound. So I always wanted to be a rapper and also a director. And I thought about it the other day. It's funny, man. It's like, in a lot of ways, being an artist, you get to be like a director, a producer, a writer, an actor, and you make your own. These 3-minute songs are like your own movies.
Yes.
But you get to play all the roles.
Yeah.
And in a lot of ways, like, it's the dopest thing ever. It's because you can create it all. You know what I mean? And it's all you, and it's all encapsulated in the sound.
That before, right? It's like you guys have this narrative and storytelling in your work. It's real. I'm not just saying that because I'm boys with you. It's just like, there's a real storytelling. There's a real feeling. There's a real you could be like that. He was feeling that fucking day.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. 100%. And can I just quickly show them these?
Please do.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I can't even get up. If you can zoom in, these are the cards, baby.
Yes.
These are the limited edition cards we did for the pre-order. These are limited as hell. So if you got a set of these, you keep this motherfucker. Don't ever give these away because they are rare as hell.
Hey, Esso, I got a card question for you. Is it worth more if the person signs it, or is it like a figurine or a collectible? Like it's got to be untouched. Is that the deal? What's the?
These came out good.
No, autos are absolutely fine.
Oh, okay, good.
What you want to do is though, you want to make sure that the card is scented and that there's no dog ears on the corner. It needs to be sharp. The surface needs to be unblemished.
Mint condition.
He's gone down the rabbit hole.
So you can, if you want to actually grade one of our cards, you could. You could send it off to a grading company and have them grade it. So make sure you look after your cards.
100%. Get involved.
And to any card lovers out there, we will be releasing. These are all limited. They're all gone.
Stay tuned.
But we will be releasing
on the Bliss and Esso website for details, right? Because they're not going to last.
For the culture.
No, they're
for
gone.
the hobby.
These ones are gone.
Oh, they're gone.
Yeah.
Wow.
You won't get the focus.
Yeah, you won't get the focus.
Oh, it's all right. Goddamn live TV. Okay, I got one more T-shirt to give away, and it's to Jai Smith. You know what, Jai? You're going to get it just for all the love in the comments today. Hopefully, it was about how good Bliss looks in his tight T-shirt and Macca looks in his beanie, and how fantastic this entertainment value is.
Yes.
But Jai, congratulations. I think, guys, we're nearly there. Okay,
we are.
Like I'm that close, Macca. I'm so close. Final remarks.
Well,
what's up?
well, before we get to that, can we just hit this real
Oh
quick?
no, that was a part of it.
Oh, that's part of it. Okay, see, he's all over it. This guy's a professional.
Well, you can drop it in there. But is there any final remarks? Best way to find you? Website, socials?
All I want to say is thank you to everyone watching right now. Thank you to all of our diehard fans for pre-ordering the album, for rocking with us. This has been a labor of love. We have put so much blood, sweat, and tears and emotion, raw soul into this, and we're finally giving it to you. And it's just live with it. Let it be a part of the soundtrack of your life. I hope you enjoy it as much as we enjoyed making it. And much love to you guys, because we couldn't do what we do without you. So we love you guys.
That's right. That's right. And I just want to be able to add, like, you follow us blind faith, okay? Because our musical bed always changes. Okay, which means that we're not always going to sound the same, but you guys are there with your Bliss and Esso flags every bloody time, going whatever it is, they got us. And we love you guys, man. I mean, it has been such a long journey, and I know that there's some day one fans that have been with us from the very beginning, and fam, we see we love you.
Absolutely. And before we go, I got to give a massive, massive shout out to our label and our whole team: Matt Kadinsky, Chris, Pecci, Blaze, Sam, Lauren, Barna, our director Peter, John, all the directors we worked with, Tyler, Big Team Money, Cam Bluff, of course, and John Reichardt, our producers. Big Dean Hammer, the legend himself. Want to thank Dan for hosting. Hey. It's been a team effort, it really has. We couldn't bring you guys this music without our whole team, so it's much love to them, and we really appreciate everything you guys have done, so thank you.
Alrighty, guys. Look, big thank you to the special guests, our streaming crew, guys. Doing anything in this climate is an absolute pain, but the guys here behind the camera never get enough credit. So thank you so much to our streaming crew.
Yeah, boys.
DJ Ism.
Talk about the tour.
That
was like a one-word thing you brought over to
DJ Ism, you're a fucking legend.
Cheers, mate.
Hold on one second. Most importantly, thank everybody at home for joining us for the listening party for the Sun. That's Bliss, that's Esso. But before we go, take us out. Tell them where to find you.
You know what it is? We have just announced a freaking album tour, and we're so excited because we're finally going to get back on the road, baby. We're doing the Sun Tour, and we're doing 29 spots all around the country. I'm going to read them out real quick because it's just crazy. Byron Bay, Brisbane, Toowoomba, Sunny Coast, Mackay, Airlie Beach, Townsville, Cairns, Port Macquarie, Coffs Harbour, Lismore, Penrith, Bathurst, Dubbo, Central Coast, Newcastle, Melbourne, Torquay, Frankston, Darwin, Sydney, Canberra, Albury, Adelaide, Perth, Geraldine, Moroya, Launceston, and Hobart. Bang! It's going to be crazy. We cannot wait to get back on the road. Tickets go on sale. We're doing a Telstra pre-sale on Tuesday, and then they go on sale general public on Thursday, so make sure you get in on that.
Info will be on your site. Follow the boys on socials.
BlissandEsso.com, baby.
Bliss, Esso, Ism. I'm Dan Ewing. Love you guys, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
Hell yeah.
Peace out,
Sun, baby. Peace out.
Peace.
Woo.